Good morning, friends. How are we all doing today? Hope you all had a great weekend and welcome to today's stream. It will be solely hunting for the Deoxys in leaf green that we've been going for such a long time, nearly up to 10,500 resets. We need to get this one done. We need to get this one done, and today hopefully will be the day. I hope you're all doing well, and we'll get straight into it to kick us off. But we could have went into Soul Silver today, but I thought, no, we'll go for the Deoxys. We'll try and get this one done. Then that one's done. Then we can just concentrate solely on going for Soul Silver run. Finishing that off. We got the Heracross last week. It was nice. We had a little break on Friday, of course, as well. We had the Raichu hunt as well. We'll probably come back to that at some point, but I really want to get this Deoxys done. And I hope that we can get it done today, because that is the main objective. We've still got the Arceus to go for as well, and Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, Zygarde in the max layers, but this one is taking precedent at the minute. Excited to jump into the Soul Silver run. I spent a couple of hours this morning EV training the Heracross off camera, so we've got that ready to go when we jump into that. Depending on how this goes today, hoping we can make a start on it tomorrow, but we'll see how things go. Right, chat, how are we all doing? Zaxa, Soggy, Riley, good to see you. I hope you all had a great weekend. Phantom, how are you doing? Cisco, Fallon, hope you're well. Wadey, good to see you, my friend. Brian, good to see you as well, mate. Check your Discord DMs. I sent you some illustrations. Oh, wow. I will check those out, Brian. Thank you so much, mate. Tyler, how are you doing, mate? Luke, good morning. And Riley, good luck, pal. Free us from the drought. We need to. How's your weekend gone, Riley? Any good luck hunting? Kyo Master, thank you so much, mate, for the 31 months. That is absolutely incredible. Cannot thank you enough for all of the support. So hope you had a great weekend. Hope you enjoyed the stream with us today. Looking forward to hopefully unlocking this Deoxys. Today is the day. The screen is a bit stretched just to fit our Switch kind of overlay, but it was just to save delaying the stream any longer than it had been, so I just thought I'd jump in. We get a bigger view of the Deoxys, of course, as well. So Natalie, good morning to you. Hope you're well. Can't wait for 7-star Dondozo and Dragonite. Jarrett, I know it's a little while away though before we get those, but KO Master, salute you, my friend. I hope you're having a great start to your week. But no Deoxys just yet, but we're flying through these resets. It's nice when we're just concentrating on the Deoxys. It feels a lot easier to kind of fly through, get the resets done. Mr. Holbrookie, how are you doing, mate? I hope you are well and having a good day. Let's get it before 11k, mate. I hope we can. I decided to hunt shinies in Scarlet and Violet this weekend and got all the Pikachu line with variants in like 2 hours without sandwiches. That's amazing, mate. Really glad to hear. I hope you got some good marks as well on some of them, but nice that you've got all of those done. I'm still on the quest for the Raichu. Did a bunch more shiny hunts with that. Still no jumbo mark though. Lots of other marks, which is nice, but no jumbo mark, which is the one we're looking for. So like I said, maybe later on in the week we come back to maybe Friday we come back to that one. Maybe we keep Scarlet and Violet to a Friday stream. It's nice. It was nice on Friday doing the Raichu hunts, and got some good other locations as well to speed up those shiny hunts now with the Raichu. I found a really good spot as well. So for those of you that were doing them over the weekend, I hope you had a lot of success in getting those shinies, some with marks if that's what you were going for. Here we go. Today's got to be the day. We got the Heracross. We got that Heracross, and I cannot believe it. So I am pumped to jump into Soul Silver for that run. Like I say, if we can get this done today, it frees us up. We can just jump into that. We can burn through that game. We can go for the Lugia. We can go for all of those other things. But I just feel like the Deoxys has been hanging over our heads for such a long time that we need to get it. And I'm feeling confident this week that we can do it. I've caught 8 shiny Alolan Raichus, marks on only 2. Yeah, I've caught nearly 2 boxes now, so we're getting up to 60. No jumbo mark, and about 10 of them have marks, but there's a few different ones in there. I think there's only a couple that are repeat marks, which is just pretty nice. So I've enjoyed the event though since this went live. It's been a cool one to do, and jumping back into Scarlet and Violet's been a really fun one. The program at Turi, how are we doing this morning? Good to see you, mate. Hope you had a great weekend. Whatever you were up to, let us know in the chat. I would love to hear what anyone's been up to this weekend. And Talon doing pretty good. Great to hear, mate. Just tried out a new build for the Pikachu raid. Tried the Leafeon this time. Yeah, Leafeon was very good the first time out, so no surprise that it's doing good. Great to hear though, mate. I got Ruby Mudkip this weekend in 1090 resets. So soggy, mate. That is absolutely amazing, mate. That is so good. And that little resets as well. It's a big number, right? But in that few, that's awesome. That's awesome, mate. Are you doing like a dream team quest? Or are you doing a shiny only run, or what's the plan with the Ruby? Exia, good morning. How are you doing? Might have to give in and buy a new copy of Shield so I can complete my sword Pokedex. Maybe do another playthrough so I can get Dynamax Adventures with the shiny charm. There's no one that you can ask in the Discord or in the chat to help you complete the decks. Save you buying an entirely new game, unless you want to buy the game, of course. Jog, good morning. Good to see you. Hope you're having a great start to your week and had a nice weekend as well. It's great to see you as always in the stream. And I hope you enjoy it with us today. Hopefully we do see the Deoxys come through, not be the orange one, be the yellow one. Riley, this weekend was absolutely beautiful. Brilliant to hear, mate. So I spent it enjoying the patio bars and beach surf. Mate, that sounds perfect. This week I have tons of time off, so I'll be enjoying free time to hunt the goose. I'm off. Nice, mate. That's perfect. Well, mate, you know the role. You know the score with the goose hunt. We are sending you all the good vibes for that. Hope you do get that shiny this week. It has to happen this week. We were waiting for you to get it for the Heracross to shine. If Heracross shined, if Deoxys shines this week, it means that the goose is coming. Rich, good morning. Never melt ice. How are you doing, mate? Tapu Lili. Hope you're doing all right, mate, over in Oz, and everything is going good with your weekend. Rich, how was Ireland, mate? Hope you had a good weekend. Drank lots of Guinness and just had a lot of fun with Goal Fest and got some good catches with your Pokeball Plus and all that good stuff. Give us an update, mate, how it all went. And Sir Soggy, Dream Team Quest. My next member is Taylor. I'm 8,500 encounters in so far. Mate, I hope you see it shine soon. Taylor is such a great Pokemon. One of my favorite of the early root bird Pokemon. Such a great one. So a lot of resets deep into that one, mate, so far. But it will come, mate. And it's such a great shiny as well. Such a good one. Olio, good morning, mate. How are you doing? And Phantom, how are you this morning, mate? Hope you had a good weekend and a good start to the week. It's got very dark in my office all of a sudden. Like, it looks like there's a thunderstorm happening outside. Jace, good to see you. Back on the Deoxys grind. Groundhog Day, mate. Back on it. I feel like we can burn through a lot of the resets just doing it solo. So, yeah, I need to prioritize it. Get this one done. Get this monkey off the back. And hopefully then we can move on to Soul Silver and do that shiny only Nuzlocke. Since we got that Heracross last week, which was such a nice one. Rose, good morning. I hope you are well. Beautiful morning in Florida. Great to hear. Not so beautiful here down in Somerset, but it's been raining most of the morning, but I'll take it. I'll take it. It's a bit cooler, which is nice. Rich, good weekend away. Enjoying some time with the family and partaking in Goal Fest 2. Excellent, mate. Picked up 15 shinies. Wow, including the Necrozma and shiny Umbreon. Wow, mate. Absolutely stormed it. That's amazing to hear. Sorry to hear about the Pommies losing the soccer football EU Cup. Yeah, it was a bit disappointing last night. Never melt ice. It was, but the better team won. The better team won, and I can't have any complaints on that side. Just disappointing from our end. I think, you know, just never living up to the potential of the players in our team. And it comes down to the system. It comes down to forcing Harry Kane to play. Kane looked terrible, as he's done all tournament. Whether or not he's got an injury, he just doesn't fit that system though. So it is what it is. Disappointing. Good that we got to the final, but put it behind us now. Move on to the Premier League starting in a few weeks time, so that'll be exciting. Newcastle heading out to Germany today for a bit of pre-season training, so that'll be good to see if there'll be any additions brought into the side this week. There's a lot of talk about some signings coming in, so we'll see what happens there. But yeah, retrospectively looking back, you've got to take your hat off. As much as I don't agree with Gareth Southgate's tactics throughout the tournament, throughout past tournaments, what he's achieved with England is amazing, and I do really genuinely like him, man. I think he seems like a very nice man, and I think what he's done is incredible, and he should be celebrated for what he has achieved with the team. Just a shame that it just never got across the line. Whether or not he'll stay on, who knows? But yeah, Euro's done now, so I don't need to dwell on it for too long. Just a little bit disappointing. Annie, good morning. How are you doing? Matthew, how are you as well? And Annie, you over odds? Yes, we are very, very, very much over odds. Yes, 2,000 resets over odds. So I'm hoping today is going to be the day that we see it drop. Mid 54 checks and no jumbo mark. Technically, if you've got the level 3 sandwich set up, the odds are 1 in 64. So technically, when you hit that 64 number, you should technically have one that's a jumbo. But we know it doesn't always work like that. So I hope you get it soon though, Phantom. And I will keep you updated with how the hunt's gone on my end as well. Rich and Broken being one of my faves, and it has a scarf too, so total win. That's awesome. Plus Guinness, music, and some good food. That sounds great, mate. The weather was probably warm all weekend too, which made it amazing. Got back at 2:30 this morning, mate. You must be knackered. I hope you got a little bit of sleep before today started. Well, you were kind of landed when today started, but I hope you had a little bit of rest up before diving into things later on this morning. But really glad to hear, mate, you had a great weekend. Awesome to hear, and I hope the rest of the week is nice and easy for you as well. Comfy Pokemon streaming on a Monday morning, living the best life. Jesse, it's great to see you. Hope you're having a great start to your Monday, and I hope you enjoy the stream with us as well. It's great to have you here though. Good luck on the Deoxys hunt. Thank you, mate. Going to continue my shiny hunt for Swords of Justice. Good luck with those. Keep us updated how they're going today. I would love to hear some good news from your end, and we can all pop off together and celebrate at least one shiny. Luke, how are you doing? It feels like Newcastle have been doing a world tour since last season ended. Australia and now Germany. Yeah, they're going to the I don't know whether there's going to be an announcement with like a training kit or something like that, but they're going to the Adidas headquarters for a week to train there, and then there's some behind closed doors friendlies. I think that's so Tonali can get some game time before the season starts, because his ban gets lifted at the end of August, so I think for the Spurs game he'll be back for that, and then we're jetting off after that to Japan for a week or two. So yeah, exciting, mate. It's but I think not probably what Eddie Howe would like. I think if it was down to Eddie, I think he would have had us just based in the UK and concentrating a bit more on the pre-season rather than flying around. And then at the end of pre-season, we've got the Cellar Cup at St James's. So no, it should be a good pre-season. How was your weekend other than the football? It was pretty chill, mate. We ordered a new bed, so I spent most of Saturday putting that up. I've never known anything to take so long in my life. For Thea's birthday, we got her like a lookout tower and a slide and a swing set. That took like, that literally when it arrived was just bits of wood and like screws, and I even had to like drill through like all of the bits. it was a bit of a task because I've never done anything like that. That took 3 hours to do. This bed, my god, it took more than that. It took longer to put this up. So that was a bit of that was most of Saturday. Then Saturday night we had friends around, and then we had play cards and stuff like that. It was pretty cool. And then Sunday was a pretty chill day as well. Oh yeah, didn't really do much Sunday, and then watch the football. So it was a pretty chill weekend, which was kind of nice because weekends recently have been like pretty full on, us doing stuff all the time. So it was nice to just have a pretty chill weekend, not doing much, and then at least top it off with the football, which was what it was. So yeah, but it was all right, mate. Yeah. Congrats on the shiny Heracross. Thank you, Tyler. Yeah, it was nice to get, mate. Finally got it. Pleased we got it, though. How they are on fire. Football, Cup, and Wimbledon. I know, right? Both. Double header this weekend. Yeah. Rose, I was watching your video of a guy at the GB operator to shiny hunt. He had 8 instances of the game up on his computer. I'm not sure if you've seen it, but I thought of you when I saw it. Wow, 8. That's crazy. Was that with... That could have just... No, that... Was that like 8 different GB operators set up at once? That's mad. I haven't seen it, no. If you got a link to it, Roz, I'd love to check it out. My Go Fest was meh. Got 1 shiny and nothing else. When Go Fest ended, got a shiny Coffin. Well, shiny Coffin at least is a nice constellation, at least. Sorry to hear you didn't get any better catches, but at least 2 shinies out of the weekend is better than what I got, mate. I only had a little bit of time. I walked up to the shops yesterday afternoon and had a little bit of time then, so I was trying to take a little bit of advantage of it. Didn't get anything good though, unfortunately, but it's fine. It's fine. On day 1, got 5 shiny. Nice. I got no, and day 2 got nothing. That's a shame. Olio, is the 7-star terror for Pikachu still ongoing until the 25th of July? So it's running for a bit longer this time around, yeah. By the way, William, I need a 9. Okay, you guys are doing the BBQ quests. Rich had a similar drama with our kid's bed, trying to assemble bunk beds with minimal instructions. Mate, it's an absolute nightmare, and you think, yeah, just pleased when it's done. Oh. Yeah, building furniture is not one of my favorite things. I know that's like, I always used to laugh when we lived in London and we used to get like the flat pack stuff because we had to with the flat that we lived in, because you wouldn't be able to get anything up the stairwell that we had. But there was like services, like people's full-time jobs were come around and put together those flat pack furniture. There's so many times I was like, just gonna ring the guy. I'm gonna ring the guy to come around and do this. I never did though, which I probably should, because so many times there'll be like one bit of wood that would be like back to front or upside down, or yeah, and then at that point I'm like, I'm not taking it apart. I've done too much. It'll just have to be like that. It is what it is. It works. General consensus with how things go. A 1 GB operator gave 8 chances in 1. Huh, that's wild. Does it stagger the game then? Because I would have thought it would have just been like the same seed generated every time you're going into the game. That's wild. Huh. Yeah, if you've got the video, Roz, I would love to check it out. That is wild, because I would just imagine it's kind of in my head. It's almost like that video that came out, what was it, last week, and there's a bit of a stir about it. It was a shiny hunter that got like 2 Trico shinies and reset over them. But it was basically because they'd cloned the save file onto another cart, and it was the exact same thing happening. The exact same seed was being generated every single time on both of those cards, so that's why 2 shinies appeared at once. It wasn't technically 2 shinies at the same time, it was just the same shiny appearing on 2 cards because they were absolutely identical. So in my mind, that's how I would think the GB operator would work with the different instances. Like it would be, if you got a shiny on 1 reset, it would appear in all 8 instances, but I'm assuming that it must be different to that. Look, I have 8 Picture Boy windows open for Shiny Hunting 2. Makes it so much faster. Is that on an emulator, Luke, or is that through actual hardware as well? Aaron, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. And Professor Orc, I will humbly say, mate, congratulations to Spain. The better team won. I hope you had a nice weekend, mate, and more importantly, hope you enjoyed Go Fest and had a lot of luck with all the catches and things over the weekend. But you gotta be happy about the football. the Spanish boys definitely did a good job yesterday. So no, hats off, mate. It must have been nice. And Jace, there's nothing worse than following a flat pack instructions, realizing you got it wrong 20 steps. Oh, mate, I know. There was a strap on the bed as well that was meant, because it's like an ottoman bed that you pull it up. Literally finished the whole thing and then found the strap that fell out in the box and fell off one of the bits. And I was like, well, there's literally no way to put this on without actually taking the whole thing apart now. So I was like, we're not having a strap, or it doesn't matter. We'll figure out another way to do this. I was like, of course, of course. It always happens though. There's a few times I had to go a few steps back to take something out and like turn it around because it was the wrong way up or something like that. But the instructions are never straightforward, and some of the pictures that they put in with it are just like, I don't know how anyone could understand them, because it's just like, it doesn't make any sense. It's yeah, drive me absolutely nuts. It would be late if they were dupe files, but if they have 8 different save files and they emulate those, it would also work. Uses something called Visual Boy, I think, as well. I'll DM you the video. Thank you, Ross. I'm intrigued to check it out. 8 times the Deoxys hunt on this. Just fill up the screen with Deoxys resets. We'll get that shiny very fast, I reckon, if we do that. You do get some RNG clones, but you get several different instances, most of them. It was definitely a unique instances. Wow. And look, it's on an emulator. If I hunt on Emerald, I transfer the save file to car and okay, mate. That's a way of doing it, yeah. I'm happy for the Barca players. Was there like maybe 2 Barca players in the whole squad? I think there was only 1 Barca player playing, wasn't there, last night? Yamal. Was there another one? I don't know. Is there another Barca player outside of Yamal? I think there's only 1 Barca and 1 Real Madrid player, wasn't there? Got the entire shiny Pikachu line. Nice, Aaron. Awesome, mate. Are you going to go for any of them with marks or anything like that? Or are you just quite happy? Got them now. Taking full advantage of the event. Take my hat off to all the parents out there. I can barely look after myself, let alone a tiny human. Even if they use the sim save file, it still gives you different roles. I would assume you'd have to, like, in my head, if you're starting if you load into the game at a different time, you'll get a different seed. That's how I always thought they would like get around. It's like that save file, if you've got the 2 save files and you're starting at exactly the same time, it depends what the RNG is basing itself on. If it's the game time, system time, I guess it depends on what game, because if you're playing on a DS, the internal clock has a lot to do with it in some of the games, on how the seeds generated, you know, on the seconds that have passed, on the time and things like that. So you can get around it quite easily, I guess, with those sort of instances. But yeah, I guess staggered starting would be one way to get different seeds and things like that for when you're booting up the game. Completely forgot to check for marks. Hey, you might have some really rare ones in there. If you do, let me know. Anthony, how are you doing? Chat, also just a friendly quick reminder, if you are jumping in, do drop a like on the stream. It does massively help out the stream in general. It's a way to support the channel, and it's absolutely free to do. Take 2 seconds to drop down there, hit that like button just below the video, and it is very much appreciated. So thank you in advance to everyone that does drop a like. Thank you for everyone that has dropped a like, shown their support this morning, and it's again great to have you all here. Sorry, I have to try and remember to do it throughout the streams. Yamal, Torres, oh yeah, Ferran Torres, Pedri of course, yeah, and Lopez. Torres and Pedri though were benched, weren't they? They didn't see any game time, which is probably a good thing. Both very good players, very strong players. Rad Dad Online, how are you doing? It's fine Monday morning, mate. I hope you're well and having a good start to your week, and had a nice weekend as well, mate. Good to see you though. still hunting for my teensy shiny Raichu. Anthony, I'm nearly at 2 boxes of the Alolan Raichus and I've got nothing yet. Jalboo, thank you so much for the subscribe. Thanks for joining the stream as well this morning. I hope if you can stick around, you enjoy it with us. Anime Pro, after watching Zelfa HQZ and all of the others, YouTube recommended me to your stream. I can't read through all of those names, but great that YouTube decided to recommend it, and that ended you up here because it's good to have you here. I hope you're having a great start to your Monday. And maybe we do get the Deoxys shining early on today. It'd be nice if we can. It's been such a long hunt for the Deoxys, such a long quest. I just want to get it finished, and hopefully today's the day. But like I say, we'll see how today's stream goes for the Deoxys. We might alternate between this and the Soul Silver Shiny Only Hardcore Nuzlocke that we're doing at the minute. We've got the Heracross. For those that you've just come in, I took a little bit of time to EV it off stream this morning. I thought for EVing it in a stream, it's going to be like, it's going to eat up 2 hours, which it did. It took me about 2 hours to EV it up as much as I could this morning. So we've got the speed, so it gets a jump on Whitney's mill tank at level 19. So I thought rather than sitting in a stream for 2 hours EVing mindlessly, I'll do it off stream. I do have all the footage though, so when we can put the video together, it's all there. But yeah, so that's all ready to go. So we'll see how the Deoxys hunt goes today, if we can get lucky with it. It'd be nice if we can see it shine, and then we can move on to that one, which would be good. It better shine soon, I hope so, mate. I really do. I hope so. We'll get up to 11,000 easy peasy today, so it'd be nice if we can see it shine before that. Deoxys is going to pop today because it owes us lunch money. It definitely owes us a bunch of lunch money, dinner money, lunch money, breakfast money, all the money. Deoxys, such a stubborn one. The Pikachu raid was so useful. I got so many herbers from it. Anthony, I know that's what I need to do now. So I'm going to have to take a break from the Raichu hunts and just go in and just farm the Pikachu raid because I have rinsed my spicy Herba Mysticas. So I'm gonna have to take some time to run through those, which I kind of don't mind because they're so quick to do. You can clock it. I think the quickest I've done is about 4 minutes, which I think for a 7-star terror raid is pretty good. And when you're farming Herba Mystica, it's definitely the best one that we've had for a long time to farm the Herba. So if those of you that are in need of Herba Mystica, I would fully take advantage of this event when it's running, because I don't think we're gonna get another event as good for farming Herba Mystica as we've got with the Pika at the moment, just because it's just so quick to run through, so easy to put the build together, and yeah, there's very little in the raid that can go wrong RNG wise, and even if RNG does play a big factor in the raid, it's not going to slow you down too much and you're not going to lose, I don't think. How's your Shiny Legendary video coming on? It's coming on, mate. It's such a big project though, but it is coming along, Olio. I'm not gonna say this week, next week. I'll just say when it's done, it's done. But I'm looking forward to when it is done. I've also started working on like the thumbnail for it as well, because I think that's kind of a big deal for it. So yeah, I'm excited for when it does drop. Thank you, Rose. I appreciate that. That's brilliant. Educating me on the GB operator and its capabilities. Duping the save file so I can multi-hunt, says Soggy. Definitely going to speed things up. Cody, how are you doing? I hope you're well. Having a great start to your week. Good to see you in the stream. Deoxys is orange. Seriously, you 21st century parents are amazing. Don't know how you manage to raise kids. Never melt ice. You'll be there one day, mate. Just use my Ogerpon from competitive battle team. Yeah, if it works, mate, that is all that matters. I do think Ogerpon's a really good shout for the raid though. Interesting to hear what set you're using. Don't have a lot of free time to play, so we'll take single hunted. Yeah, that's the thing, Sasoggy. I think when you've got other things like life throws up at you, you got to take a little bit of it. It's not even a bad thing to do. You buying Frost Sushi from Montenevera. Frost Sushi? What does that give us, Luke? Which build do you use for the Pikachu raid? I've not watched your video yet, but I need to farm Herberts. I've been just using Superior. I think Lurantis is just as quick, but Superior, if you just spam Leaf Storm, like there's probably once in the raid after you've used the 3 Leaf Storm, you're going to need to use Giga Drain once, but then if your Leaf Storms hit every time, you'll blast through it. But Lurantis is like just as capable. Knock off Sunny Day, and then I would use Leaf Storm, and I would use Giga Drain with the Covered Cloak. I just don't like I've seen some other builds floating around with the Shell Bell, but if I'm honest, I don't like having to contend with the paralysis. Like, I just want the amount of raids that you're going to go through to farm Herba Mystica. There's a good chance that you're going to have a number of those where the Thunder will hit, the Thunder will paralyze you, you'll be fully paralyzed, slow you down, and I just don't want to contend with that. And I don't think you need that Shell Bell for the recovery, whereas I do think having the covered turn 4, you may need to go for a Giga Drain, and then you can Terrastallize before it steals your Terra Orb charge. Then you just Leaf Storm twice and Leaf Storm for the rest of the raid, and then it's pretty much done. And it's pretty similar between the Lurantis and the Superior, to be honest. So both are just as good as each other. And it's just because you can set up while you're kind of going through the raid. Neither of them have any weaknesses to anything that the Pikachu's going to throw out at you. You've got all the tools that you need to be able to remove the Light Ball, use the Sunny Day, all that good jazz. So it's good. The one thing that did surprise me though, with a lot of other content creator like recommendations pre the raid going live, no one was recommending the knockoff, and I found that strange, because like that 50% boost that Pika gets to its special attack and its attack, I was just like, if you remove that like early on in the raid, which we could do the last time out, we've just got the DLCs now, and we have knockoff as a TM, so it's way more widely available on lots of Pokemon like Superior that even I think shouldn't learn knockoff, but it's great that it does. And I just think, yeah, it's weird. I don't know why it wasn't ever recommended, so, but we did. So if you followed our raids, we had an easier time. Just the Pikachu's a lot more potent with that Light Ball than it is without it. Bits of Dreaming, good to see you, mate. How are you doing? I hope you're having a great weekend. And Caleb, hope you had a great weekend as well and a good start to your week. Flower Trick Meowscarada, nice, mate. I love it. I used Meowscarada a lot on the first time Pikachu was out. Meowscarada's such a great option. I like the God of War build that I had for the Pika raid, with that trace ability, so we get the lightning rod as soon as we enter the battle. It was pretty gimmicky, but it was fun. It worked, did the job. Someone in my last raid kept getting me with the helping hand. Man, that raid was no more than 1 minute. That's good. Beefy Heavy, how are you doing, mate, as well? Great to see you. Hope you had a good weekend, and enjoy the stream with us today, mate. It's as always great to see you. I like the sound of that though, the helping hand boof, just making it super quick. I said a lot of things go wrong for me. My Lurantis got paralyzed with the cover clock. How? Don't ask me. Don't know either. That doesn't even make any sense. I don't know how it would get paralyzed with the cover clock, because Pika doesn't even nullify your stats and abilities, so I don't know how that would happen, because it would have to nullify. It would have to nullify, and even then, it's not even an ability. It's the item. So yeah, I don't really know. That shouldn't happen in the raid. Cover clock will block any secondary effects at all. So you know, you definitely had the cover clock on. Like, that's the first thing I'd be checking, because otherwise, yeah. Bits of Dreaming, man. I wish you could shiny hunt now too. What are you hunting at the minute, Bits of Dreaming? What would you hunt if you could have the choice? I don't understand how you can keep at the shiny hunts, get bored and give up after a couple hours. Aaron, I know what you mean, mate, but it's because you don't have... I bet when you're hunting, you're not streaming, and you don't have like the likes of you and everyone else here, you know, to chat to, talk to, keep the whole thing entertaining. Shiny hunts can be very difficult if you're just sitting there, but you know, if you're watching something, put like an anime or a movie on, or a TV show or podcast or something along. When you're doing it, when these sort of hunts, you know, I think it's trying to kind of keep yourself preoccupied. When you're doing a hunt like this on the side, it makes it a lot easier to kind of do. David, how you doing, mate? How was everyone's shiny necrozma luck? I hope yours was good, mate, and I hope you had a good weekend at GoFest. Brennan, we did get the Heracross last week. Yeah, we got it on Thursday, which was amazing. So we'll be jumping into the Soul Silver Shiny Oni Hardcore Nuzlocke run later this week. I just want to prioritize the Deoxys now. If we can get it as soon as possible, that would be great. Tony, how are you doing, mate? Good to see you. Congrats on getting the shiny Heracross. Thank you, my friend. It was such a cool moment. It was amazing to get it. I still can't believe we got it as well. But I was just saying, I took a couple of hours this morning to EV train it up, level it up, so we're ready for Whitney. So when we come back to it, we'll jump straight into Goldenrod. We'll get that Whitney badge, and then we'll move on with the playthrough and get closer, because I think the next thing that we are going to want to do is, obviously we'll pick up Gyarados when we can after Morty and doing the Team Rocket shenanigans stuff in the Lake of Rage, but it will be the Lugia hunt. The Lugia hunt is definitely going to be the next one. So the sooner we get through all 8 gyms, it shouldn't be too hard. Get the Master Ball from Elm, and then we'll head and we'll get Lugia, and we'll do the Lugia shiny hunt before we take on the Elite Four. And then after that, we got the whole Kanto saga to do before we take on Red on the top of Mount Silver. So that'll be good. That'll be good. I'm looking forward to it. But first off, we need to get this Deoxys. We do. Was hella hungover this weekend. Don't know if I can do Blue Moon again. Good weekend though. Sounds good, mate. Good to see you too, bro. Sucks about England. I know, mate. It was disappointing. It was disappointing, but got the Premier League to look forward to now. So get back to our club football and try and forget about it for a little while. Sean, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. Hope you had a good weekend. Have you heard that Charlie is still doing the Safari Week? His day 20 streams planned for tonight. I didn't, Tony. That is nuts. How many resets is Charlie on now? That's absolutely... I can't believe he's not got it. Don't tell me he's like over 40,000 resets, because I think the last time I checked in, he was around 30, 32-ish, around there. I can't believe he's still... How has he not got it? Such bad luck. I feel like his games are like shiny locked. Yeah. Credit to him though for not giving up, you know. I think like sticking at it. It could have easily just been like, Safari Week's over. We'll come back and do this again next year. We didn't get anything this year, but no, credit for sticking at it, trying to get the shiny. You just got to hope that if something does shine from, he's able to catch it, because it's not 37,000 resets. Jeez. Oh, that's brutal. Yeah, fair credit to him. You just got to hope, if, like I say, if something pops up at some point, which I'm sure it will do, it doesn't flee. Because that'll be when Charlie gets the hammer out and smashes every single one of those DSs he's got set up on his desk, or his SPs. That's what I would do at that stage, I think. There would be no more. 40k and fail could be worth it for the click. Yeah, I mean, it would make a good video, right? The narratives there, the struggle, the journey. You could easily do it and make a really good video out of it for sure. I think the first one that we're going to kick off with for the shiny hunts one is going to be the Raichu. I feel like I'll probably get the Jumbo at some point this week. We've got lots of footage for it, and I think it will make a nice little narrative video while the event's still running as well. So that'll probably be the first one to kick off. So I'm working on that alongside the big legendary one, and then hopefully alongside that we can have like 4 kind of almost ready to go all at once. With the Mew, the Deoxys, if we can get it, the Raichu, and then yeah, it'd be good. And then a legendary beast. So that should be enough to keep us going over the summer while we work on other things, which is going to be good. So did you ever get a lot on Raichu? We got 18 on stream on Friday, Caleb, trying to get the jumbo mark on them. None of them had the jumbo mark. I did a little bit more over the weekend. Got nearly 2 boxes and still no jumbo mark. So that continues on. But yeah, never mind. We'll keep hunting. It's been fun though. I'm still enjoying it. I've been really enjoying just jumping back into Scarlet and Violet and doing some hunts there. And this is only the Raichu. It's still got like the Pichu, the Mimikyu, and the Pikachu to go after. I don't know if I'll go for the jumbo mark on any of the other ones, to be honest. I'll probably just get the shiny lines for the others. I'm good, Sean. Thanks for asking, mate. The thing is, Tony, I would love to with Charlie, but the thing is, I kind of like when I do like a collab stream, I kind of want to have the cameras and the gameplay on from both players, and I don't know if Charlie's got any way of being able to do that, and because he doesn't use capture cards, using the camera for his footage, it didn't really sync up so well. So I'd be a little bit hesitant to kind of set anything like a challenge up until I think Charlie was a bit more established with his equipment. But definitely I think we'll get Bebum on. We need a third round with Bebum challenge for sure. That last one we did was brilliant. It was a lot of fun. So I do need to talk to Bebum and try and get another one of those set up, because and we'll think of something fun to do as well. Went for a teensy Umbreon this weekend and got the smallest it could be without being tinsy. Oh, that's so frustrating, mate. The smallest it could be. It's like the tease, the carrot dangling. No, Caleb, the Pikachu events are running until 25th of July, so you've got a bunch of time to go for those. Igore, how are you doing? Attempts and no dice. This is crazy, I know, mate. Absolutely nuts. I honestly felt like we'd get it before odds. I thought we might get close to odds, but I felt confident we'd get it before odds, but still no die yet. Maybe today is the day that we get it. I got multiple one-offs with the rare mark. Very nice, mate. One is a small compared to those. The rare mark's nice to get though, mate. Danny, how are you doing? I hope as well. All is good, my friend. I hope you had a good weekend also, and good to see you this morning. Rillaboom came in clutch for the Pikachu raid. I haven't tried Rilla. I do think Rilla's like a great choice for it though. Was able to win another, but not recommended for solo. Oh, that's a shame. Please you managed to style it out with the boom though. That's awesome to hear. I wondered whether it would be actually a really good shout for the raids, because it gets sword stance, it's got drum beating, it's got a few different decent options with the grassy terrain as well. You know, you've got a really good way to kind of expedite damage with the boost that you get from the terrain. Sean, I thought it was a waste of time. We spent all our energy chasing after the ball. I mean, I don't feel like I came out at the end of the match and as a waste of time personally. I enjoyed the game of football. I just didn't enjoy the result. I was a bit emotionally angry afterwards. I think frustration more than anything. There's a bunch of things. I'm not going to go into it today, but there's a bunch of reasons I just think, yeah, frustration was there. But in retrospect, you got to say what Gareth Southgate's done for England since his time in charge has been, you know, he's done a great job. And if this is the last game that he does with England, then you can only just say a big congratulations to him, and just be grateful for the tournament runs that we've had, because we've had some really good, exciting runs, and it's been better than, you know, the majority of England international experiences than when I grew up, you know. So I just think, yeah, frustrating at the same time though. But yeah, first ever rare mark, so I'm happy with it. Yeah, I've never had the rare mark yet, Soggy. Angry Panda Nut 20 for shiny marked Alolan Raichu. Really want that shiny marked as hot random shiny regular Raichu during one of my hunts for Roaring Moon in Area 0. What's that you got? As I got a random shiny regular Raichu. Nice, that's awesome. I hope you have some better luck with those marks soon. They're really annoying to come across. I've done like I said, nearly 2 boxes shiny Raichu, Alolan Raichus, and I've only got about 10 which are marked around that number. So hopefully if you keep going, you get some nice rare marks popping up in your game. Thank you, Aaron. Me too, my friend. Hopefully we do get it before that 11k mark. If I'd been awake, I would have been frustrated and angry along with you. You probably did the best thing, Beefy Heefy. I got one with an uncommon mark. Not sure if that's good or not. It's definitely good. Any mark's good, Rose. I always think any mark is a good mark to get. I think the rarer ones I got, I did get some marks that I've never had before, which was pretty nice. Charismatic mark. I got the Dawn mark. It's like a fist. I can't remember one of them. Let me get my Switch out. I'll be able to have a look what the ones are that I got. Boot up into this Deoxys and we'll see what marks I've got, because there was some nice ones I got. I was quite surprised that I got like as many as I was getting. Here they are. So I've got, which we got on stream, we got the Flustered mark, which is a cool one. I've got the Absent-Minded mark, Uncommon mark, Intense mark. That was one that I really thought was quite cool. The Dusk mark, which is another one, which is nice, rare one. Charismatic mark, Joyful mark, and that was it. Yeah, so just eight which are marked. But yeah, some nice ones, I guess, to get along the way, but no jumbo just yet, which I'm just, yeah, I just don't think it exists now. Done so many. It will come though, it will come. The first shiny in Scarlet and Violet was a Raichu. Got in Area 0 when I was trying to fill up the deck. That's super nice. I love shiny Raichu as well. That'll be the next one that I do go for. Thank God Golf Fest was this weekend. All I'm saying. Anizik, how are we doing today? I hope you're well and having a great start to your week. Great to have you in the stream. Which console are you hunting Deoxys on? Will you be able to transfer it to Scarlet and Violet? Yes, we will be able to transfer it up to Scarlet and Violet. I'm on Leaf Green and we're using GameCube to play it on. So that's the console. So the Game Boy player. But I'm using my Game Boy Advanced as the controller rather than the GameCube controller. I just find it a little bit easier for the resets. It's a bit quicker. It was either asleep, feel like my head was the football. Hungover, dehydrated from the gym. I felt slight caffeine withdrawal. Oh mate, that's like everything, all the bad things all in one. I hope you're feeling a little bit better this morning though. My Violet file is kind of cracked. I went to Pichu Outbreak, got a random Giraffe egg, went to another Pichu Outbreak, and after 20 KOs got the shiny, flew to where the Umbreon Outbreak was. That's cool. So like just one after another, the hat trick, mate. I love it. Burgraft shiny randomly, that's a nice one, especially at Umbreon as well. In honor of your shiny Heracross, I decided to run a batch of Heracross eggs and got the shiny female. Wow, Dustin, that's amazing, mate. Congrats on the shiny female. That's awesome to hear, mate. Joining us with that Heracross. It was nice EV training up this morning. I headed back to the Bellsprout Tower and I just battled, well, a lot of Rattatas. So its speed EV is 252, and then I was on Route 32 for a while doing Ekans and Bellsprout for the attack EVs. So I think we got about 160 attack EVs, but that took it to level 19. I'm like, I can't really take it up any further. I can't max out that attack because I can't afford it to be any higher than level 19 going into Whitney. So I was like, that will do for now. The most important thing is the speed, and it's got brick break, of course, as well on level 19, which is nice. So I think we've got Fluffy, which just needs a couple of levels. Lava needs 1 level to 19, and everything's like capped out to that level cap of Whitney, which is 19. So we've got a little bit of room to get around with in the gym when we go on against the trainers, and then take Whitney down. She's not going to know what's happened when we go in with a Heracross that outspeeds. It's not going to be affected by attract. 2 brick breaks will be enough to take the Miltank down, which is nice. So it'll be a good one. I don't know whether to paralyze it first as well with the Marie, because there's all, well, the Fluffy that we've got, because it does have the Lumberry, or whether just to go in with the Heracross and just be like, yeah, let's just absolutely whack this thing. Found uncommon mark twice, Cloudy and Dawn. The Cloudy mark's always nice, Tony. Congrats on those. Rosa got the Dusk mark as well. Wow, that's a very cool one. So 2 marks is good. I get very good. Yeah, and the Dusk mark is such a nice one. That is a very nice one to get. I like the little the emblem for the Dusk mark, how it looks in game. It's very nice. And is it been grinding Legends Arceus for my Arceus, and man, that game is so grind. Oh, tell me about it when you get the Dex entries. I power to you. I hope you manage to get through it soon. I relate to the pain though. It's so annoying. I've talked about it before. I did it all on my original save file and perfected everything as well in it. And then I moved over to the Switch that I play on now, and I didn't transfer that save file over from that PLA, so I had the Dex to do. I've not perfected. There's only a few things I perfected, but just getting to level 10 with everything in the Dex is such a pain. And doing it a second time, I was like, oh, I never want to have to do that ever again. But it's worth it to get the shiny charm. It's worth it. So yeah, I hope you manage to get that all sewn up very soon. Bug, how are you doing, mate? Hope you're well. Caught a total of 25 shiny Alolan Raichus in all different Pokeballs. Very nice, Tony. I've got 2 in Beast Balls, which are the ones that I'm like, yeah, that's enough. I don't need to do any more in Beast Balls. If you're feeling pretty good today, morning gym sesh was great. Gonna call around a new primary care doctor. Gonna do 3K run after work. Today's gonna be a success, mate. It sounds like it is. I'm pleased you're feeling a lot better as well. Makes such a difference. Bug, you haven't got the shiny charm on PLA. It's definitely worth getting. You definitely notice a difference between having it and not. Especially if you're going after like the alpha shinies. I feel like it's something I would say go for, because then you can perfect the Dex entries on just those alpha shinies, and reduce the odds so much, makes them so much more obtainable. Why are Fire Red and Leaf Green the only games to feature the Sevi Islands? Is there, if there's been remakes of this Kanto region already? Yeah, I don't know. They've never had these back in any other games. I feel like it's one of the coolest features as well in these remakes. Be nice if they, you know, yeah, it would have been cool to see them in like Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee. Would have been really good. Miss music from PLA. It's genuinely good. One of the best soundtracks of any Pokemon game, in my opinion. I love it. Yeah, it's just a lot of it's just like very cozy music. It just makes you feel at home when you're like gliding around the areas, and you got the different, just absolute great tracks. Yeah, amazing. Couldn't agree more. Been thinking of Dynamax shiny hunting. It's kind of lengthy. Once I did it, 10 in a row, no shiny. Yeah, it's pretty brutal. I think if you can get access to a seed checker, it makes it a lot easier. I used to do a lot of that. I mean, we used to have a seed checker on our Discord server. That was a lot of running though. That was like, I had like a spare laptop that I had in my spare Switch running like 24/7 for, I think, over a year. I had that running for, which was good, but just not something that you can keep going now. And there's not really anything that you would need. Well, I guess you could do raids in Scarlet and Violet for Herba, but you would have one raid running at a time, I think it would be possible for a lot of people to get much use out of it. I'm planning the Sevi Islands for the first time. Very fun. It is very fun, Roz. How is the playthrough going? I hope you're enjoying it. Sounds like you are. Excited to get a new doctor. Get this anxiety OCD back under control. Life is about to be amazing again. Already excited about it. That sounds awesome, mate. Really, really positive to hear. I hope it all goes well later today as well, mate. Sir Cross, good morning, mate. How are you doing? Hope you had a good weekend and a good start to your week as well. Need GBA Pokemon games on the Switch. Oh, I know. Desperately need them on the Switch. Law is still going with this Deoxys. It is not giving us any give. Maybe today. Nelly at Mewtwo. Nice, Rose. I swear you'll get that Mewtwo shiny before we get the Deoxys. I have a feeling. Good, thanks. Officially over odds and black 2 now. Oh, mate, that is not what I wanted to hear this morning. Well, I'm gonna say it now. This week is the week that we're gonna break these shiny hunts. They're gonna go away. We're gonna do them. We're gonna conquer them, get the shiny, and it's all gonna be good. Both of us and everyone else that's doing their shiny hunts. Also at 2,500 in BDSP for Mewtwo. We could do the Mewtwo in Leaf Green. I feel like I want to join because Rose, that's what Rose is aiming for in this game. And I feel like after the Deoxys, it would be such a cool one to do where we stay in Leaf Green for a little bit longer and we go after the Mewtwo. It'd be very cool to do. So we'll have to make a decision. I used the Superior and got the Pikachu first try. Nice, Bug. Awesome to hear that Superior worked out, mate. Will you be going and doing much farming for Herba? I was saying it earlier in the stream. I was like, take advantage of this raid event now. We're not going to have an easier time to get Herba Mystica than we got with this Pikachu raid. If they release on the Switch, they'll have to include some kind of home transfer for them, which is the exciting thing about it. Gregor, I think like that's the big pull about having them all on the Switch, because yeah, we'd have a way to port them into home. And maybe what I get like a little bit excited about is there might be the small case of if they do port Gens 1 and Gens 2, then we would maybe have the accessibility to port Pokemon from those games into Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2, which I would love to happen. We know it's possible because there's people that have, you know, toyed around with their custom firmware switches. They've got those Gen 1 games on the Switch unofficially, but then they're able to port them into Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2 to use, you know, Pokemon that you caught in your game. And I just think that would be such a fresh lease of life for those two games that are available on the online services. Tony, can't wait for the Gimme Ghoul event and hunt for the shiny. Me too, mate. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm pleased that one is returning because I didn't go for the shiny last time out, and I kind of wish I had stuck with it to try and get it. Just got my Sogolea at 197 Dynamax rates lost. Very nice. Super nice. I'm just realizing as well, I initially thought that was just resets, but it's not. Dynamax adventure rates 197. That is absolutely incredible. Like, that is some commitment. I'm so pleased that the hunt's over. That's so many resets. Perfect double over odds. That's crazy. Please though, must have been a nice feeling when the red lion popped up on your screen. I didn't have that many resets when I did my hunt for it, and I know it was still a super nice feeling when I finally got it. So after that many runs through, that's crazy. Very, very, very happy for you though. Dustin now currently trying to hatch a shiny Dino. Nice, mate. 700 eggs left. Hopefully it's one of the next few, mate. Keep us up to date with how it's going. But yeah, good luck with it. I love shiny Dino. Hydreigon's such a nice shiny. Random shiny pink Oricorio. Just had to share. Super nice. Thanks for sharing, Angry Panda. Nice shiny though. Ogre with Focus Energy Every Cudgel is actually very fun for Pikachu. It's like 3 hits after you at +6. That's nice, mate. Yeah. Is that just the regular Ogre, the Teal Mask variant? It's Horn Leech as well, which I always like the idea of, because at the +6, you could probably get away with a Covert Cloak on it in case it does go for the Thunder to paralyze. So obsessed with that. Buggy did get 4 Herba the first time. I've never gotten that many. I've never had that many before either, mate. Never got a shiny Gimme Ghoul. Can't wait for the event to come back. Super hyped. I want to try and get 2. Well, if we do get it, if I do get it, I will host it for as long as I can do. That's why I might try and get it primarily on my Violet copy, because then I don't have to worry about updating that one. Actually, no. Wait there. Let me rethink that, because I wouldn't be able to host it online if the event's not running. So we've got to get it in a good time regardless if I'm going to share it around. Redbeard, how are you doing, mate? I hope you are good, having a good Monday morning, and had a nice weekend as well, mate. Thank you for the good luck today. We definitely need it. And you have as much luck as I did on GoFest this weekend. I got 45 shinies in total and a hundo across my... Wow, what a great haul, mate. Congrats. That's amazing, mate. What a great GoFest. Great to hear. Lows, that's hilarious. It's like something I would do. Yeah. Totally normal thing to do. How are you able to encounter Deoxys? You need the Aurora ticket, which is an event, mystery gift event, that you were only able to get back when these games were relevant, when they dropped. But now to get it, you need to inject the mystery gift event into the game. So you need like a GB operator, or I don't know what other devices that you could use to do it, but you can't get it through just having the game. You need to use outside source to get the actual Aurora ticket. Then you can come in and encounter Deoxys that way. Currently hunting in Sword for Stuffle and Galarian Zigzagoon. Matthew, you know Stuffle is one of my all-time favorite Pokemon. I love it. Good luck with that hunt. Nice shiny as well. Hope you get both of those very soon, mate. And Galarian Zigzagoon, I mean, that's shiny. I don't even need to say anything on that one. Just hope you get a lot of luck with both of those. Got my Falafi and Safari Zone. 3 minutes into putting objects down in Soul Silver. Easy indeed, mate. That's awesome. Congrats. Nice one to get. Setting up, preparing for a long hunt, and it's like, nah, it's all right. You deserve this. Shiny Taurus, Angry Panda, yesterday on the way to do a Pikachu raid. It's a nice one to get running at you. Don't mind it when it's shiny. Grace, how you doing? It's coming home. The misery's coming home. Yeah, the disappointment. Yeah, a bit of a shame. It's kind of to be expected, to be honest. But Grace, all I'm saying is Premier League starts not too long away, right? So we got something to look forward to. It was inevitable. It was inevitable. I did think, I was a bit deluded. I was throughout it. I did think we'd equalize, but after we equalized, I thought, oh, we're going to go on. We're going to do this now. But nah, this didn't happen, did it? So sad that Surfetch didn't make it to Scarlet and Violet. I know, right? Easy, you're getting Deoxys there. Mate, I hope you're right. I hope you're right. It'd be nice to get it before 11,000 resets, but the only... Yeah, I mean, you just have to keep going, see. At least England games were more exciting after the quarterfinals. There was definitely spells to bias, yeah. PL is back soon, that is very true, yeah. There's lots of talk at the minute around like different circles with Newcastle about new signings coming in this week, being a big week for it, so see what happens. The biggest one that I was excited about was us being linked, or making contact about Javi Simmons from PSG, which would be, I mean, whoosh. I thought he's a bit like, I still feel like he's probably a little bit out of reach for us where we are at the moment. But I mean, if we can pull that off, that is some signing. But we'll see what happens. It's a thing for me in those games. A lot of my shinies got me from behind. Including my first and second shinies during my first play. That's nice. I know my Zangoose that I got in Scarlet and Violet, my first one, that was a completely random one. Took 69 raids to get the hundo. Wow. Redbeard, dedication, 77 raids in total, 4 shinies. That's super nice though. And they're such nice shinies to get as well, so well worth it, mate. Easy. 10,772, 100 to go. I hope you're right, mate. I really do. Thank you for the guest though, mate. Danny Olmo has a 51 million release clause. Yeah, I mean, that would be incredible, but it's his wages as well. I think Simmons' wages aren't like ridiculous, so I think that could be a possibility. Whether or not he's got better offers from different clubs, I guess it depends if he wants to come to the Premier League, and if we're the only team in the Premier League offering him an opportunity, then it's an exciting project at Newcastle as well. So maybe. But yeah, Danny Olmo would be, I mean, yeah, I think that is out of reach for us, to be fair. Where we are now, maybe not quite yet. Not sure if I mentioned it before, but my 2 fastest shinies was Natu and Porygon, both on the first egg. Wow, in shield as well. Aaron, that's amazing. First egg. I hope for both of those, Aaron, you didn't have like boxes just full of eggs. I always prepare lots before I start like hatching them. And as much as I love getting the shiny on that like first roll, it's happened a few times. The pain of having like boxes left to go through and hatch is a nightmare. But it's worth it. Sean, any advice on how to deal with a really tough loss in VGC? Mate, just don't dwell. Was it a competitive game? I would always say use it as fuel to get you better. Like, it's like, look at what went wrong in the battle. Like, really analyze it. Like, was it plays that you made? Was it the choice that you made? Was your opponent just better than you? Like, there's nothing wrong with them admitting that your opponent's better than you, because then you've got a bar to work towards, right? You know, like, you want to be battling people that are better than you, because if you're not, you're never gonna improve, right? So you need to have like a few things to look at in every battle that you do, and I think the ones that hurt the most are probably the most important ones to develop in you as a player, and making you able to be better than what you are right now, because that's got to be the goal, right? You want to get better, you want to improve, you want to be up there with the best players in the world, and you got to just use those tools to analyze like where you went wrong. Is it a choice? Did it come down to a choice in the battle with the way you've built your team, or what? There's so many things. It's not just one thing, I think. But I wouldn't say don't let it bother you, because I think it should bother you. I think letting losses affect you is definitely a way to improve. I think just don't let them bother you in a negative aspect. Use them as like the fuel to improve. Team was a counter to yours. Well, I mean, if it was like a counter team, if your opponent purposely counter teamed you, then I mean that you could kind of take a sidestep, right? To be like, could I have done very much about that anyway, or was it just a bad matchup? Because there's being counter teamed and then running into a team that counters your team, and you're probably always going to get that in a tournament setting, right? I think you've got to make decisions when you're going into a tournament. Like the generalization of playing competitive Pokemon is you're never going to build a team that is good against everything in the field of play, like, because it's just such big numbers of players out there, different archetypes, different teams, and the sheer volume of teams you're never going to have a team that is good and has a positive matchup and to get into everything. Now, sometimes if you're an established player, if you're a very skillful player, that is enough sometimes, even in a bad matchup, to carry you through the game, because your opponent will make mistakes. You'll be able to identify where those mistakes were made, and you'll be able to exploit like holes in the actual play. But a lot of times against a competent player, which is more likely the scenario that you're going to come across this day and age in competitive play, because everyone is at a basic competent level, right? You're not really going to have those opportunities unless you're a very, very high level player. So I think in those situations, if you're coming across a team that is a bad matchup for your team, then I think you just have to face facts that that is something that you have to deal with, and hope that you don't come across that matchup too many times in the field. And I think that's what a lot of players, if you listen to a lot of the top players, they'll be like, I do have a bad matchup against this, but the likelihood is it's not being played a lot at the moment. I'm going to take a gamble because I don't think I'm going to run into it that many times at a tournament, because out of 9 games, am I going to see this matchup more than twice? Probably not. So if I can win the rest of my games and run into it twice, I'm still going to have an X-2 record, right? So I think there's different ways to look at it without just being like, oh, it was a counter team. But if it was a direct counter team, then it means your opponent's prepared exactly for your team. It makes it a lot harder, and that's not really a competitive environment that you would normally find yourself in. So I think there's a bit of context there to how you would deal with that. But then again, you can still analyze the match and be like, okay, was there plays in that game that I could have made differently? And then go from there, and then adapt that into your play for future. You know, it's all about building as you go. You're never going to be a world champion overnight. It's about you know, it's the grind over a lot of years and a lot of games, a lot of experience that gets you to the point of being a very high level player. You know, look at like Wolf. How long has Wolf been playing? Wolf's been playing ever since I played, you know, 2011 he's been playing, and still developing, still learning now, still, you know, improving. So just do what you can, mate. Don't dwell on one loss though too much. Don't let it affect you too much, but use it as a tool to improve more than a tool to be like, I'm bad at this game, you know. Do you know when they plan to announce the broadcast crew for Worlds? I think it's going to be the end of July, early August time. I think around that sort of time. I'm not too sure though, but I would imagine the end of this month into early August is probably when you'll get when we'll find out who will be going over to do it. Chloe, good morning. How are you today? I hope you're having a fantastic Monday and had a nice weekend as well. James, good morning, mate. Hope you're having a great day. I am, mate. Finished my workout today and I'm resting with my dog on the couch now, mate. That sounds perfect. I hope the workout was good as well. It sounds like it was. And I hope the rest of your day is a good one as well, my friend. Jace, the one team I had success with was a team I had a lot of fun with. Didn't think too much about counterplay and such. I just wanted to actually enjoy my matchups. And I think that's a lot of it as well. I think, you know, having fun with it. If you're not having fun when you're playing competitive Pokemon, there's definitely a serious edge to it. And I think you need that when you're going in. Like, you know, you want to do well at a tournament. You need to put the time in with something. And you need to have that serious kind of approach to being able to do well. But at the same time, you need to be enjoying yourself when you're in a competitive environment. Easy enjoying it if you're winning, of course. So put the work in early, put the work in before, and it's easy. I think it's easier preparing for tournaments now than it maybe was back, you know, when we used to play like a lot, because it's easier knowing with all the grassroots tournaments that are going on now, the volume of games that you get in like Showdown and stuff. It's easier to know what's going to be in the field of a tournament, I think, now than it ever has been, because of just the sheer volume of information that's out there. So you can really kind of like, it's obviously going to be something that will fluctuate from tournament to tournament, but you can make a good gauge of being like, are we going to see many Zamazenta at this tournament going into it? Are we going to see many Shadow Calyrex, you know, we like, what are we going to see more of restricted wise, and kind of make a decision from there, and then and go forward with that decision. But I wouldn't worry too much about counterplaying, but that's the be all baseline of the whole game, really. You know, if you can read what you know, going into a tournament, what the majority of the field are going to be playing, and you can pick a restricted that works better against that majority of restricted Pokemon that you're going to run into. You're not counterplaying specific players, but you're counterplaying what you expect to see to give yourself an easier time, right? So it's just something, it's the nature of the game, you know. So it's, I would say it's something to get used to, and that's why you have techs on your team. That's why you have specific, like, unique choices on your team as well, to get around those more difficult matchups. So they're not as difficult, they're not as much of an auto loss, you know. And then it's looking at what you can sacrifice in the team without affecting the majority of your other matchups, where you can kind of soften the matchups that are maybe a little bit harder with certain techs and things like that. So there's ways to get around it, you know. It's the art of team building, though, comes down to a lot of it, I would say, as well. Thought the stream was just started, but then I noticed I had an hour to skip ahead. I guess I missed the notification while at the gym. No problem, mate. It's great to have you. And like I say, I hope the gym went good. But we've been going a little while now, an hour and 20, so not too long, but getting through the resets. Rene, shiny locks. I don't know what you're referring to. The Deoxys. It feels like it is. It definitely isn't, though. But at this stage, yeah. When Miraidon won the first tourney, absolutely no one saw that coming. Everyone thought it wasn't worth using. Fast forward to today. I think that's a different scenario, though, John, because it was the very first tournament in a brand new format, right? So naturally, players and groups that are training together and building teams together are going to keep things like that behind closed doors. So it's much harder to do that with things now. You'll have similar things happen in the World Championships. We'll have new team archetypes that are put together with different things. The players in closed groups have been testing, but there'll be less surprises at the World Championships than we had in those first few regional events of the season, you know. I don't think you're going to get as many surprises at the World Championships as you would have like a brand new format and brand new regulation, where players haven't had that kind of experience. But we've had so many events now in Regulation G that that's why I would say we'll probably not have as many, in so many grassroots tournaments as well. A lot of the time it's not worth sitting on like something too much as well, you know, keeping it too secret, because you need to be able to test it within your groups and stuff like that, and it's very difficult unless you've got like maybe a very small group of you, that like maybe 3 to 4 of you that are like really behind closed doors extensively testing things fully. Then I don't think we'll see many stuff like that, but I think that's more to do with it being the start of a format than anything else. I want to get 2 shiny Alolan Raichu just because I want to name one Coco and the other one Late. Would be very cute. That would be cute. Might, yeah, hope you find them very soon, mate. You should have too much difficulty finding them when you get into those games. Found and caught Okidogi with a Master Ball. Nice game, Spy. I like Okidogi, one of my favorites out of the loyal 3. Hope we get the shiny Space Virus soon. I did loads of reset over the weekend for Inte and Raikou. Still nothing. Hoping it shows up today. Mate, good luck with the hunt. I hope we do see them shine eventually today, mate. It would be nice if they do pop up. Did you ever see the resemblance between shiny defense form Deoxys and Amordillo from Ben 10? I haven't, mate. I'm going to just pull that up right now. Let me have a look. Oh, man. Wow. You weren't kidding. That is basically just like, yeah, just is Deoxys. Just like a future form Deoxys, Paradox Deoxys. That's all it is. John, how are you doing? Good afternoon. This Deoxys doesn't want to shine. It does not, mate. Hopefully, though, we can change its mind and it pops up today. It'd be nice if it does. Do you think the next shiny hunt you will be? It might end up being, we were just talking about it before. I mean, we could stay in Leaf Green and do the Mewtwo hunt in these games. That would be a nice one to go for. Or it might be, if after this we jump into the Soul Silver Shiny Oni Nuzlocke that we're doing. Now we got the Heracross in that game. And the next shiny hunt in that game would be the Lugia. So it might be the Lugia in that game. So it depends on the two. See what you guys want to do. Deoxys might just be a continuation this week though. To me, pain. Jim Bob, how are you doing? I'll take Urshifu will appear in the top 8 of Worlds. I don't know if that's a hot take though. I feel like that's a guarantee maybe. Yeah. I think the closest thing we see to a group coming to Worlds with a meta-breaking team was somewhat the Japanese players seem to do. I mean, probably the last one that for me was like a big one that we saw was probably when Wolf won in 2016. I think his group with like Marcus, him, Billa Aaron, you know, that put that team together with the Mega Rayquaza. That was a very, like, no one expected that team to come into that tournament and do super well. So I do think, and that really was one of those teams where it came in and no one was prepared for it. And it just had, because you had in top 8, you had Marcus, you had Wolf, and you had Barish, who were all piloting that team. And you got to think, like, a bunch of those went through day 1 as well to get into day 2 with that team. I think Barish went through day 1 to get into day 2 and then ended up in top 8. So the team itself was incredible. So I mean that those close-knit groups, but again, it wasn't anything out of, like, it wasn't crazy stuff that we hadn't seen throughout the season. It was just a combination of those things put together was brand new, which made it a difficult team. Like, it wasn't like we hadn't seen a slow, bulky Kyogre at any point throughout that season. That was like probably the most used Kyogre that we'd seen. Had a little bit more speed, I think, than you would have expected it to have. The Raichu, we'd seen Raichu used in fits and starts throughout the season, but maybe not that set. And that's where those like little tweaks, I think, came into it as well. Seems like the Japanese community is great at working together and brings what they think is the best team to Worlds. Yeah, and I mean, we'll see what the Japanese bring. I think they'll be a big force this year to deal with once again, like they usually are. Monkey Dory is my favorite of the loyal 3. Don't know why people don't like him very much. It's perfect. Monkey, I like the design. I don't like the typing too much of Monkidori. It's like very glass cannon-y as well. All the smoke, how you doing, mate? I hope you are well, having a good Monday. Good to see you. Forlan, you mean the disloyal 3? Yeah, the disloyal 3, of course. But that, you know, I don't know. Are they that bad? They're good friends with Petulant. That whole story there. They join them on Petulant, give them the toxic chain. I'd love to have the game at some point in the future where we get the loyal 3 Pokemon before they got their toxic chains to see what they were like, you know. You know the story of Petulant when he's running into Okadogi, and then give it the toxic chain, and that's why it kind of, yeah, came along. So you'd imagine they'll probably pop up at some point. JRA_12, thank you so much for the subscribe. Thanks for joining if you are today. The lousy 3. I feel like we're being a bit mean. I like Pheasantipity as well. Expect an Incy, Rillaboom, Urshifu, Virgin Bolt being over 60% usage. It's a big call. Plus 60%. Wow. Do you mean that collection of 4? Or do you mean like just Raging Bolt by itself? All the smoke doing pretty well. Just hoping Deoxys shines for you. I've been watching this for about 3+ days. I hope it does as well. Thank you, mate. I really hope it does shine today. It'd be nice if it does, for sure. Shadow Glimmer on live stage. Yes, this has been going on a long time. We did the hardcore run, Nuzlocke run through Leaf Green to get to the point where we could get to the Deoxys, and then yeah, we did the started the shiny hunt since I think it was March when we started this playthrough. No. We started the playthrough ended on Pokemon Day. We beat the Elite Four on Pokemon Day. The shiny hunt's been running since then. So on and off, not constantly, because we've been doing other things as well. But since then, yeah. Yeah, crazy. All four being over 60%. That wouldn't be possible, because that would be 240%. You mean as a collective? I know, mate. I'm only messing around. No, yeah. Possibly. It's such a solid core, you know. I think the way around it is to ways to disrupt that core to not allow it to perform. So you might see, you know, Frigoraptor does a good job with that with the armor tail. It stops the Rillaboom and Incineroar performing a lot of the jobs that they want to do with that fake out disruption. Annihilate as well as another Pokemon that can come in and do some nice work against a lot of these things. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what players kind of decide to lean on in the end. There is a local coming up in Bristol close to me this weekend. I'm kind of tempted to maybe go to it. It's on Sunday. Dust off my Switch, get up there, try and get some points on the board at this early stage of the season. Dishes are done, fresh coffee is made. Nice, mate. I'm focused again. What I miss? Nothing exciting, mate. Nothing in regards to Deoxys just yet, but it's probably waiting for you to get that coffee to sit down to shut up and be shiny. New in Pokemon Scarlet, and I'm wondering if it is still worth getting the DLC. I think so. I really enjoyed the DLCs. I think what you get, the Teal Mask, you get Ogerpon, you get the Loyal 3, which are, you know, nice additions. You get all the additional shiny hunts in those games as well. Not just shiny hunts, but just additional Pokemon. And then the Terrarium. I would say if you've enjoyed Scarlet and Violet, I think the DLCs are definitely worth picking up. Yeah. Haven't paid attention full when I started watching this hunt. Was preparing for Global Goal Fest. Ended up with 2 hundos. Nice. So many raids. Bro, I almost broke 300. Wow, that's insane. 300 raids. That's crazy. Dedication. You on an absolute tear this weekend. That's amazing though. But the 2 hundos, that's very nice, mate. Very happy to hear you pulled those out. It's already been taken over VG. It's kind of dropped off a lot though the last year, I would say, Annihilate, but it's been there and thereabouts. I could see it doing well at Worlds though. Rilla and NC being extremely annoying with the fake out, U-turn, parting shot, yeah, knock off, everything. It's just so solid. And then you throw Urshifu in there for that just burst damage when you need it, you know. Yeah, it's a very, very solid call. There's a big part of me that wishes Urshifu had been not allowed into Scarlet and Violet, because I think it changes the whole dynamics of a lot of the regulation rule sets that we've had throughout, especially this last season, you know. Oh, you can't make it this weekend, Sean? Oh, mate. I don't know if I'm going yet, though. I've been thinking, I saw it and I was like, maybe I'll try and get up to it. Because it's so close by, right? And it'd be a nice one to go up to and get an early 15. Oh man, 15 championship points. It's like, for that reason, my God, nearly choking. For that reason, I'm like, is it worth my afternoon on a Sunday for 15 championship points? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how I feel on the weekend. Any chance of making your own little members tournament when we battle each other? Yes, mate, that is still on the card, so we're gonna try and sort something out for that. I don't know how. It would have to be on Showdown though for us to be able to kind of do any sort of streaming. We wouldn't be able to do it on actual card. If you could change the shiny colors of any Pokemon, which would it be and what would you change it to make? Ooh, I would change Garchomp. I love Garchomp, so I would change Garchomp. What color would I make Garchomp? I think I'd make Garchomp like, I'd have to go black with like a gold, with gold fins or something like that on it, and a gold trim around it. Yeah, That's what I'd probably go for. Off the top of my head without like thinking of it any further. But Garchomp's definitely one that comes to mind. Wiser, how are you doing? Good morning to you. Bunny Wise. Ah, Bunny Wise. Change your name. How's your Alolan Raichu hunt? It's been going all right. I've had some nice marks come up. No jumbo mark yet, but still enjoying it. How about yourself? Had any luck with that hunt? And hope you've been enjoying it. If you were doing it over the weekend, you get the one you're after. You know, after the yeah, no. So I've got nearly 2 boxes in total of shiny Alolan Raichus, and none of them have the jumbo mark just yet. So I'm gonna have to keep going for that. But I'm gonna have to kind of tap out from the shiny hunting and do some of the Pikachu raids to farm some Herba Mystica before I continue with it. Yeah, that definitely could work, Riley, for sure. Need the treats for Latios, Virizion, Lunala, Spectra, Rayquaza, and Kyurem from the BBQ quest. It's annoying that they're all locked behind different things you have to do with the BBQs. Do you consider coming back to playing competitive Pokemon? I will play next year, yeah. I've just not really had the chance to. I think this last season, I just, with all the casting that I did and any real time that I had outside of that, I was doing stuff for the channel, so I didn't really have much time to look at going to events to play, to be honest. And I think even if I went to events to play, there's always a part of me that's like, I've not had the time that I would preferably like to prepare for them. So there's a part of me, even if I went to events last season, it would have been like, well, it would be more for the experience, just to kind of be playing rather than to have like the expectation of doing well, because I think you can scrape by. In the last few regionals I've been to, you know, I've been preparing on like 2 weeks, maybe less than that, preparation, which really isn't enough. I've done all right at them. Always finishing positive, which is good, but you know, never making that day 2, which is, I mean, should be making. I'd have an expectation of myself to be like, that should be, you know, the minimum, making day 2 in an event. So I think with the right preparation, I'd feel like that would be what I would be looking for. But yeah, I think this season coming up, I'm definitely gonna spend a bit more time playing and then going and planning out events that I can go to. Now we've got the full season kind of schedule, so I think that's ideally what I'll look to probably do. But it depends on what events I'm casting and things like that, and what they decide, if they want me on the desk or not. So why is it so difficult to get those marks? It really is. I've had some nice ones though, and the bunch that I've caught so far, so I have been quite lucky in that respect, but just not the ones I've been looking for. Sergio, how you doing, mate? Wearing black in honor of England's performance. Yeah, the kid out. Which format of Scarlet and Violet VGC has made for the best viewer experience so far? Don't know, mate. I'd say probably Regulation G for viewer experience. Been some hype games with the wrong one restricted. Probably so far. I would change Pikachu shiny. That's not a bad shout, Greg. Yeah, it's not too dissimilar from what its regular shiny is. Paper making day 2 should be easier next year with only 8 Swiss on day 1. Maybe. GameSpy, what you got for breakfast, mate? What you having today? I haven't had anything this morning. It's been like non-stop. We need some key lime pie. That's exactly what we need. No, I didn't, Sergio. No, I heard that Argentina won. I didn't watch the match. I think it was very, like, it was early hours of the morning for me when it was kind of starting. Change Gengar of regular shiny. Yeah, it's a good shout. I feel like because we got Mega Gengar though, I kind of glossed over that one. Lumpy, good to see you, mate. Hope you're having a good start to your Monday and had a nice weekend as well, mate. Great to see you as always. As we are getting towards that 11,000 resets. Crazy to say that, but 10,700 is the number that we're going to be hitting right now. Could this be the one? Could this be the shiny? Odds are it's probably not, but you never know. No. 12,038 is the number, pal. Buckle up. I mean, I take it at this point, right, Riley? Ankle was the size of a grapefruit. What? Was it just a bad tackle, or did it go over on it? Or I feel like I've just been like digesting as much like Fallout England, Fallout Euros content since the final yesterday, so I haven't watched much of the Copa America stuff. Yeah, Garchomp shinies, mega shinies. It's all right. Yeah, it's like that pinky color, isn't it? It's definitely better than its regular one. I feel like it could have been better. Have to change Dragon to its pink. Made no sense why it went to green Dragonite. Yeah, it would have been nice if it stayed like the pink, like the Dratini and the Dragonair. Yeah, he was running, fell. Oh man, that is rough. That's almost probably worse than a tackle. It's like torn ligaments. He'll be out for a while with that. Hopefully it heals up okay. I'm sure it will. I mean the treatment that you'll be able to get is gonna be like amazing. So hopefully he's all right for the start of the MLS. Game was an hour and 15 minutes late starting due to outrageous fans trying to rush the gate. Wow, an hour and 15 delayed. That's crazy. Wow, that's nuts. Yeah, brutal on the TV, on the pundits. Yeah, that have to kind of cover it. Yeah, for an hour and 15. Fossil Week. This is the first I'm hearing about it, James. So is Fossil Week a little bit like Safari Week, where you just hunt fossils? Have to do the Aerodactyl in Fire Red, Leaf Green. Have to do it. That would be the one I would love to go for. Yeah, Aerodactyl. Cranidos is another nice one as well. Now the years are over, I'd imagine we'll hear a bit more about the Premier League transfers. Yeah, I think so. I think everything was probably waiting for the Euros to finish, and then all of that will start to gear up, mate. Yeah, I've heard a lot of like muttering from like Newcastle circles that this week's going to be a big one for us. So whether or not we'll see signings coming in this week, I know Eddie likes to get players in as soon as possible for pre-season, but it doesn't always work out like that. But it'd be nice to see some movement this week. If you wish I was more interested in MLS. How about my States team? And kind of bogus. MLS next pro. However, my number one team, Division 3, is more exciting to me, at least. That's cool, mate. What is your team? Taking you all for a walk. Hope the walk is good, bros. Hope you enjoy it. Great to be joining you. Wish we could experience the beautiful Florida weather. Make a change from what I'm like staring out of my window right now. It's so dreary. The only soccer I watch is the highlights and the clips of guys flopping around and faking injuries like babies. Yeah. Always makes me laugh to see this compared to hockey players bruised and bloody. Yeah, I mean, like the comparison between the two is just crazy. hockey players are like actually like so hard compared to like footballers. Like you get brushed, it's like fall down. Yeah, a lot of it's like game management though in football, you know. They make them they make so much of a tackle. You saw it in the like, you know, Spain were doing it last night. Any excuse, like a player was getting brushed slightly, they'd make a huge thing about it. The ref would stop the game. It just slows the game down, takes any sort of momentum out of the game, and it wastes time as well, which is a big thing. The dark arts. But yeah, sometimes it's embarrassing. Riley. It's an event hosted by Quick Panic and Tales of Taylor, and usually the first week in August. I think they should announce it sooner. I've gotten one of every Gen 4 fossil except a leap and Cranidos ready. Nice, mate. I'll have to keep an eye out for that. That'd be a fun one to kind of jump into and do. Your team is Chattanooga FC. That's awesome, mate. Yeah, I know, Chattanooga. Very cool, mate. Very cool. Florida weather is not beautiful right now. It's hot. Satan's butt crack down here. Not what I wanted to hear. I'm sorry, it's not the best at the moment, Caleb. What is the temperature right now? Every time I think of hockey, I think of Inside Out. I always Mighty Ducks and Happy Gilmore whenever I hear hockey. This is never like a big sport in the UK, so no, like growing up it would never be. It's never anything that's televised when we were growing up to watch or anything like that, which is a shame. I would love to go to a hockey game at some point. I think it would be such a good experience. Hockey and basketball, that's the two that I need to tick off the bucket list. I've seen the soccer players that get the free kick. Timeout needed. Strategic, but my god, it's late. Yeah, oh mate, don't. Yeah, I'm with you on it. Don't get me wrong. I don't condone it. I hate it. And Manchester United just signed Zerky and are pretty close to getting delete. They've oh wow, so that one's gonna go through. That's pretty cool. They're two good signings. Lumpy watched England rugby test match and Walsh versus Australia. Too much, so much tougher, mate. So much. The Mighty Ducks. Quack quack. Manchester United. Can pronounce that. That feels like the best spelling of that, Lumpy, that I've seen in a while. Unless I get extremely lucky with NT and Raikou, I'll probably only be able to hunt for fossils in Platinum. Got a leap last year, and I don't have access to Cranidos fossils on my Platinum file. The leap is such a nice one, yeah. I'm just trying to think what other ones you could go for on Platinum. But yeah, be a lot of fun. Thanks for bringing that up, though. I would love to do something like that. Be good to do to kind of sidestep away from whatever we're currently doing on the channel. I'll keep an eye out for any announcements about it. Alan got the Varisian treat. Nice. Spelled out how to pronounce it just in case. No, that's fine, because I think if I hadn't heard of it before, I think it would have been, I would have needed it for sure. A lot of people I've talked to are afraid to say the city name, lol. But I love that they are a USA team that don't call it soccer. That's wild as well, isn't it? Yeah, FC, football club. That's cool. Every time I see your lives lately, I've always wondered who'll get their shiny first. Me hunting the Zelf or you with the Deoxys, lol. Love your stuff. Always follow you on the raid builds. Thank you so much, Vicky, and good luck with the Zelf. I'm hoping you get it before I get the Deoxys. It's probably more likely as well, but if you do get it, let us know in the chat. I would love to be able to congratulate, celebrate with you getting that nice shiny Pokemon. I really hope we get the Deoxys soon. I really do. It's gotta happen at some point. It feels like here in Florida it's been over 105 degrees. 40 mate. That's sick. That shouldn't be allowed. Can't wait for the World Cup 2026. Watching it only on TV. Oh man, the World Cup in the US. Is it Mexico and Canada? Between the three, isn't it? I think in 2026. I'd love to get to a game that year. It would be absolutely amazing. I wouldn't even care who I went to see. It would be so cool just to experience a game. Like the stadiums you have in the States as well are just like phenomenal. I know when Newcastle played in Atlanta for preseason last year, it's just like crazy stadiums, and a lot of them are like that as well. It's not just there as well, you know, Mexico, Canada. I think it'd be amazing. Be such a cool experience. I think going to football games in like other countries is always really fun. Like I love the German culture of football, so that was like really cool going to the Euros in Frankfurt when I got the opportunity. So doing the same in the States, it'd be very cool. Yeah, but kind of wish soccer was bigger here. I feel like the Major League Soccer teams in the US are all kind of bad. So it's World Cup or watch other countries' team cups. Yeah, it's weird that like football's not that big in the US compared to like other areas, you know. I feel like it is getting bigger though. It is growing bigger. I think just over time it'll probably get bigger and bigger and bigger, and the more money will get put into it, which will help it grow, you know. So yeah, it does surprise me though that it's not bigger than what it is for such a, you know, such a big sporting country that the US are. But I think it's probably one of those things over time. You have such like all your other sports are so big though as well. It's like it's hard for, you know, like I guess soccer to kind of keep up with those other huge behemoth sports that you've got, you know, like baseball, football, American football, I should say, hockey, basketball, you know, and that's just to name a few. But I always like really admire that. I always have this envy about the UK. Like when you compare like the UK to the US, like our schooling systems in the UK, like if you have the same thing in the US, like I feel like you nurture and you encourage like sporting talent a lot better than you would get any sort of support or nurturing in the UK. Like it's just chalk and cheese between the two. So I always like, I think, yeah, no wonder you do so well like the Olympics and things like that, because it's just not the same kind of support networks in the UK that you do get for sports in the US, you know, which is a shame, but maybe one day. I don't know though. If you end up coming to the games hosted in Dallas, Texas, I'd stuff your face with all the foods. You go back home 10 pounds heavier. 10 pounds heavier and like a whole lot happier as well, mate. That would be amazing. See a game in Texas as well. That would be very cool. Start the fun. Do a tour. See a game in every state that they're hosted in, or try to. I need them to play Champions League games in the US. That's an atmosphere I want to encounter bucket list for sure. I imagine it's going to happen at some point in the future. I feel like it will. They'll start doing games in other countries. So maybe it's not too far out the realms of possibility, mate. But yeah, Champions League game, I mean. Hearing that music when the teams walk out just to start the match just must be like electrifying. I'm sad, there was no way I was getting a ticket for any of those Newcastle games in the Champions League earlier this year. No chance at all. It's so hard to get tickets to go to Newcastle now. And like you go back like 5 years, I could have like rocked up on any given Saturday for a game to Newcastle and easy got a ticket, but now it's just impossible. It's such a hard time trying to get one for the cup final. I thought I was close at a couple of times, but yeah, just was not gonna happen. Yeah, Vicky, we got 18 on stream on Friday. I was going for one with the jumbo mark, but we didn't get the jumbo mark at all. And I've done a few more of the weekend for the Alolan Raichu, still have not got it. So we might come back to it. I said maybe EMOC Friday we'll come back to Scarlet and Violet and maybe do some more in that game if I'm still hunting for the Raichu. Or we could do some maybe some of the other outbreak hunts that are going on as well. I've not been to Nashville game, but I'm pretty sure the ticket prices are mad high. Ticket price plus gas money plus food and drink. No thanks. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a huge expense, isn't it? I think the most electrifying sporting event you can watch live is hockey, but basketball is also so fast paced with the intensity of players smashing into each other, the atmosphere and the crowd. Yeah, imagine. Is there like a guaranteed fight at every game as well? Not that that would be something I would go to see the hockey for, but I mean, like I always hear that that's like something that generally always happens at a hockey game, which to me sounds like crazy. Yeah, it'd be so cool to go and see a hockey game. I think that and a basketball game are the two that I would like. Probably top of the list. I think as well, like an American football game would be fun because you got like that whole cultural thing before the game starts that I always heard about, you know, like in the parking lots with barbecues and the build up to the game, and then it's like a full day event, you know. I think that would be quite a cool thing to go and enjoy as well, and just be able to kind of soak it in. Rugby and hockey was my childhood. I like rugby. I was never really played it. I was just too small, I feel, compared to like the rest of the rugby team. And I didn't like the idea of just getting absolutely pummeled. So I just went down a football route. It's like, yeah, that's it's a bit less contact. It's a lot of fight, but not all. Hockey is pretty exciting though. A lot of action. Not a huge basketball fan myself, but American football is hands down my favorite. Super Bowl every year, mate. I wonder if the Super Bowl will ever like go to a different country. You know, like if you got it in like in Europe, somewhere in Europe, that'd be kind of wild. I don't know if that would ever happen though, because it's such like a thing to be in America. But I could see the Champions League final in years to come, like being in America, being in like Japan, being in other countries, you know, around the world. Yeah, takeouts before the match are awesome. Yeah, it always looks like a cool thing because you wouldn't get anything like that at like a British like Premier League game. You just not have anything like that. So different culturally to what kind of we're used to. My hometown hockey team, Philly Flyers, known for fighting most fights in the league this past year, but only like 27 all season and 82 games. Went to 4 games and didn't see an in-person fight. Wow, so they had a lot like overall, but yeah, not as many as what's like kind of like this. You imagine it's like one of those things every single game, or at least I get told that it's like, yeah, every game you go to there's a fight. It's not true. It's not true. I'm gonna lie, the sports talk goes over my head a bit. Yeah, we'll try and skip on it, but yeah, I do admire the US and their like how they have sports set up in their country and how they have it so as young like potential sports athletes are brought through, and yeah, it's just a really good system that you guys have in the US, which we don't have anything really that similar in the UK, which is not great. What's everyone's most prized shiny, and what is a quick story where you got it? Ooh, I like this. Come on guys, drop them in. Let's see prize shinies and why and how you got it. Prized shiny. I'd say mine probably will be this Deoxys when we get it. It's gonna be our longest hunt. I think my most prized though is probably the Mew that I got from the 8F Underflow glitch, because it's got the mightiest mark in Scarlet and Violet. Although the Celebi's a nice one as well. Growing up, Celebi was always one of my favorite mythical Pokemon. And to get it in a shiny from Pokemon Crystals, pretty special. So Shiny Latias. Random encounter in Pogo. Very nice. That's a cool one. Most prizes Ursaluna in my picture. Very cool. That's a nice one. It's a nice one to have. Boxing, Sergio. Went to the Canelano fight in Vegas. That moment when somebody hits the ring. Or the rally of punches. Chef's kiss. I can imagine it's electric, the atmosphere. Yeah. And it's probably a shiny Spinder in Pokemon Go. Pretty rare. That's very cool, Astro. Most prized shiny is my rare Mark Eevee during the... Oh, that's very cool, Tony. That is very nice. Rare Mark as well. Most prized shiny is going to be my shiny Girafarig from my original copy of Pearl. Wow, that's very, very cool. Just randomly ran into it. Was my first shiny encounter. Was stuck out. That's very cool. As your very first one as well. That's always going to have like a special place. It's got to be the Sneasel, Riley. Has to be, mate. Has to be. The Ribbon Master. I see my most prized between shiny Mew, marked shiny Lilip from Ultra Moon. First ever shiny. Wow. Snow1Fly. That's a very cool shiny to get as your first one. Danny, yours is shiny Umbreon with 9 ribbons and the Destiny mark. Wow. Yeah, Roz, Mew for me too. Same reason. Yeah. It's just a very cool one, isn't it? Yeah, I love shiny Mew. So it's such a nice shiny. It's such an iconic mythical Pokemon. It's cute. It's, yeah, just too many things. And then with the Mightiest mark as well on top of it, it's like, yeah, it's hard to look past that one, for me at least. I've got a prize shiny, but top one is probably the Gen 2 Ho-Oh. Wow. Gotten less than 10 resets. Wow, that is insane, James. Less than 10, blown away. It's transferred up to home now. Couldn't believe it. That's wild. That's such a cool one. From Gen 2 as well. The game that it belonged in, you know, came from. Chad, currently hunting the shiny Celebi on my 3DS. Only gone 200 resets. Hope I can... Mate, I hope you get it soon. I really do. And I hope it's within the next few that you do when you get around to it. You'll have to keep us up to date with how that hunt's gone. Such a nice shiny as well. It's close to going to Vegas to compete in is ADCC Jiu-Jitsu Open, but no money and the time off work. Oh, mate, that would have been so cool. Can you get out? Is that like an annual thing? Can you get out to the next one? Didn't speak of the shiny Lunala that I got in the Sword and Shield DLC. And then forgot to move it to home before I had my Switch worked on. Oh no, you lost it, Vicky. That absolutely brutal. Especially, I bet that took absolutely ages to get. Oh, I hope if you go back for it and you go for the reclaim, I hope it's not a long hunt. I hope you get it very, very quickly. Probably my Dialga with my first legendary I ever hunted in BDSP. That's very cool, mate. That is awesome. Bob, probably my first shiny Noibat. Randomly ran into. That's very nice as well. I like all these, like the first shinies that people get. Some cool ones as well. Carl there with Roselia from BDSP. Very cool first shiny to get. Quite a bunch of different stories. Retail, my shiny matchup I got back when Hard Gold first released. Wow, that's a very cool one to get. Yeah, there's big full odds as well. My first random shiny outside of Mount Mortar. It's been with me since, and now in Scarlet and Violet, and that is very, very cool. That is very cool. Virtual Console, and it has hidden ability. It's definitely one of my favorites. And the hidden ability, yeah, nice. Yeah, shiny Lunala is such a nice shiny, isn't it? It really is one of the nicest ones for the legendaries. Like that and Solgaleo, they did such a good job. It's like such an obvious thing to do as well, just make them like that red, the maroon color of the Lunala. So good, so effective. Sure, it's annual, but not interested in competition anymore. Just enjoy the wrestling with my teammates and helping them get ready for competitions now. That's cool, mate. No pressure about having to compete either. I always feel like you kind of enjoy it a bit more when you haven't got that added pressure, always like trying to be pushing for something, you know? It's nice to work towards stuff, but also like sometimes when you are competing, like the pressure of it sometimes. It's nice to just take that away and not have to worry about it and just kind of enjoy what you like doing. Full Arch Psyduck on Scarlet and Violet. I love the bugger. Just not as cool as Noibat. It's still a very cool shiny, Sergio. The blue duck is hard to look past. We need the origin story of Terrapagos. I would love to see that as well, GameSpy. It's always like the little thing about the DLC that was like a little bit left me wanting more. That really wasn't really looked at too much. Sick, mate. It was a hard one to swallow last night. It definitely was, mate. Got a random Bidoof X and Y back when it released, and a random Eevee and Moon. That's very cool. Both of those super nice shinies to get, especially the Bidoof as well. It has to be shiny Alpha Umbreon. Wow. Post. That is definitely a trophy shiny. Didn't know shinies existed when I was playing old gen, sadly. So Finizen is the first one I shiny hunted, so I'll always have a special place. That's a nice one to have as well, out of the newer crop of Pokemon that we got. Nosehorse for sure. Just Wine Verns, thank you so much for the subscribe. I hope I'm pronouncing that right as well. Thank you for the support. Thanks for joining the channel. I hope you enjoy your time here, and if you are with us on the stream today, hope you're having a good Monday. Probably should be planning more Dream Team quests since I'm still in Goose Hell, but I want to do an Ultra Sun quest too. But I want Dusk Lightning Rock, but there's no more On Temper Rockruff events left. And there's no way to trade in either to that game. I'm just trying to think, is there a way to get... Oh, that is painful, mate. That is so annoying. I wonder if I could look through my cards and see if I've got... I don't think I got a shiny one now. That's the only thing. Might have one in my games, but yeah, I probably don't have a shiny one, which is not ideal. But a dream team quest in Ultra Sun would be very, very fun to do, mate. Very fun. Shiny Sylveon's super nice as well. Right, come on, Deoxys, show up. When earlier that 1772 is it, I think, a guess number, so we're getting close to that now. Orange. Gotta have Toucanon. Yes, it's one of the best ones from those games. That shiny is just a banger, isn't it? I'd be my own Temper Rockruff for a shiny. Should still have one in my save. Just gotta hope I never transferred it up. That's the big thing, yeah. Just hope, pray that you can. I mean, if you do, I've probably, like I say, I've probably got one, so I could trade you it over. Sergio, my man. Game of Thrones? No, not Game of Thrones. House of Dragon tonight. So, looking forward to that one. After last week's banger episode. Should be good. I think that's softening the blow of the Euros final. I'm like, it's alright. I got House of Dragon to watch tonight and enjoy. It's going to be a good one. Wondering what's your first shiny? My first shiny call was in Pokemon Pearl, and it was a shiny Fearow. Now, I don't know if I ever got a shiny in the older games, because I really didn't know about shinies until like Gen 4, really. You know, before that, it was obviously the Gyarados, but then I was just like, is it just like a really rare occurrence? Is it just something that is just in these games and it's a one-off, right? So I didn't think too much of shinies until around then, and then I learned about you know, breeding Pokemon, the shiny chances of getting shiny Pokemon, stuff like that. So yeah, Fearow was my first random full odd shiny encounter in those games, and I've still got it to this day. It's still in that copy of Pearl. I'll have to, I don't know whether just to keep it in there or trade it up. It'd be kind of nice to do one or both, but yeah, that was my very first one. As much as like Fearow's not a glamorous Pokemon, it's not one of these cool ones to be like, you know, a lot of you guys have said like very cool first shiny Pokemon that you guys ever got. It's not like very glamorous. It's not like the one that you'd be like, wow, that's a cool first shiny to get. Firo, wow, amazing. It was still a cool moment when I came across it. It's weird how I came across it as well, because I was doing orangey minute stuff for perfect IV eggs for competitive, for a team that I was building for competitive play. And yeah, I think it was during one of the resets that I was doing that. I was in a specific area, and then yeah, I came across it, and that's how I got it. So I wasn't RNG manipping for a shiny, I was doing it for getting a 31 IV egg, which I think it was for a Snorlax at the time as well. Had such a good day shiny, had such a good shiny day yesterday because I got a female shiny Litten Adamant Nature in a Beast Ball. Wow, nice, no sauce, that's awesome. Curum treat acquired, very nice, mate. Shiny Firo. No way, that's crazy. Yeah, it's no one fly. You're just saying that just to be nice, mate. Just saying that. The first random shiny was a Goldeen in silver, but it's lost to time. Ah, James, that's sad. It's no one fly though. I appreciate that, mate. I appreciate that. Got you, buddy. The shiny I ever came across, excluding Gyarados, was a Trapinch. See, that's like all the style points kind of shiny to come across. That's a very cool one in Ruby. But I knocked it out because of my battery. Oh no, you knocked it out. Oh, that's so sad. That is tragic. This is Kitakami, the Land of Kitakami remix. Glitch X City, check it out. Best remixes, in my opinion, on YouTube. But yeah, so Land of Kitakami, it's a great track. Joey, how are you doing, mate? Hope you get the Deoxys today. Thank you, mate. I managed to get a shiny Cortana and Lugia yesterday in Ultra Star. Very nice, mate. Both banger shinies. Love that. Love that. Cortana as well. Shiny Cortana. Shiny Lugia as well. Did Magnemite get a secret evolution on the Pokemon anime? Had to interrupt the evolution. Did it? I don't know anything. That's the first I've heard about it. Why is it that so many people's first shinies lost? It's infuriating. It is, yeah. I think like a lot back in the day, you know, like when shinies went, like I've heard so many stories, and I know you hear the meme stories and stuff about people like not knowing what a shiny was, thinking there's something wrong with their game. But I genuinely think like that maybe been, you know, a lot of people when they were younger, because there wasn't the awareness around shinies, being like, yeah, is there something wrong with the game? Is this glitching out? Is this like a missing no sort of thing? And then just being like scared that it's going to break your game and just closing out of it. And then, yeah, actually years later finding out it was a shiny, really rare one, and you just lost it for no reason. Ooh, Riley, I saw that. Yeah, the limited edition analog pockets. It's like an aluminium like shell, is it? Yeah, about 2 hours. They're dropping in 2 hours. Wow. Yeah, they're like $500 though, weren't they? Yeah. Any of you guys planning on picking one up? I won't be. They did look nice though. I got the notif on Friday about the drop, but then I saw the price and I was like, I remember in my conversation I had with Rose, and I was like, yeah, don't need it. My favorite shiny story must be the time I was running around in sync mode as a Persian, only shiny charm odds, making a joke of my kid about cats pooping in the hall and covering it up. I need to hear the rest of this. I was perched on the edge of a pit of Persian, and a shiny Trapinch with a rare mark ran up on me out of the hole. It was hilarious. That is a cool story. I love just randomly messing or goofing around. A Trapinch is like, come get me with the rare mark as well. That's crazy. Carrie, how are you doing? I hope you're well and had a nice weekend. Good to see you as always. Thanks for hopping in and joining us on this Deoxys quest today. I was saying, I think I've said my first shiny was a Ghastly in Platinum. Such a cool shiny to get. I mean, that's another one that's like, you'd be proud of that one. My first fill shiny was Rookie D after 502 encounters, but I found another at 550. That's not so bad, Aaron, that you found it again not so long after. Still brutal that you failed the first one though. That many encounters, you're like, ah. I definitely wouldn't thought it would break my game. I wouldn't have caught it if it had come across it shiny back then. Yeah, I feel like I might have been the same early days. Is today the day? Also, are we doing this on emulator actual leaf green? Kenny, I hope it's a day and it is actually on cartridge, mate. Yeah, we're playing on GameCube, Game Boy Player. Using my Game Boy Advanced as the controller. I really hope it is today though, mate. I really do. Be nice to get it before 11,000. But we'll see. What was $500? The new analog pocket. It's like a limited edition with an aluminium shell. I was playing my GBA games mostly on GameCube, and otherwise I'm using my AGS 101 for handheld. But man, if I didn't have a nice setup for Pokemon card games, I'd snipe that analog pocket metal for sure. Yeah, I'm a bit similar, mate. It's like I don't need it because I got stuff that I can play all of this on and it's fine. But there's a part of me that's like, man, it would be cool. It's like what I was saying to Rose last week. It's like it would be so cool to have one, but it's just so unnecessary. But yeah, they're very, very nice bits of kit, and the metal ones as well. I feel like they'll sell out very quickly as well, even at that price point, because they're like, is it like $200 more than a regular one? Yeah, so I think they're dropping in like 2 hours time. Yeah, let me try and pull one up. I can show you guys. Do. They got the... I don't know if I can see on their main site if they've got the aluminium ones shown yet. Might be just in the mail. See if I can pull it up just to show you guys that haven't seen them before. I mean, it's easy enough to just Google it and you'll be able to see, wow, the screen is gone. The screen is gone, but that's basically it there. So you get a good idea of it, and then we can go down. You can see a bit more about it. You can play like all the Game Boy classic games, Game Boy Advanced, all those games on it. Do loads of things with it, and there's a bunch of other things that you can do with it. So yeah, very cool bits of kit. They are, but they're doing... Normally, I don't think they're a metal shell, but the one that's releasing in like 2 hours time is a metal shell with it. So yeah, but they're very expensive, especially if you're kind of keeping money back for like the next Switch console and stuff like that. Then it's like, yeah, you got anything in your Amazon cart waiting for Prime Day? I've got some stuff to mod my Pokeball Go Plus to make it an auto throw great and ultra... Oh wow, cool. I didn't even know you could do that, Caleb. That's very cool, mate. And no, I haven't got anything in the basket yet. I haven't really had a look for anything, so I'll have to have a look what they've got coming up, mate, and see if there is anything that I can snipe, take advantage of. A personal goal that there is quite difficult to accomplish. Told myself that if I do it, I can buy a pocket. That's a really cool way of doing it, Rose. Yeah, like as a reward. It's a nice way. I just feel like it would be such a cool thing. It'd be such a cool thing to it would be such a cool thing to have. It really would. But tell me why normal and electric type Pokemon only have one weakness. Games why I can't. I don't know what the reason is. Just special typings. Sean, I'm gonna be honest, mate. I feel like Birmingham's such a trek for me. Just for a local as well. I'm probably not going to venture up to Birmingham for a local this season. I wouldn't rule it out. Like if I'm going for my invite and it's late in the season and I need those extra points for it, I would probably make the trip for it then. But this early on in the season, it's such a, yeah, it's so out of the way, mate. I just, nah, I'm probably not gonna, I'm not gonna be up for going that far. When it's not like a regional level event, I feel. You got anything in your Amazon? No. What is that, Caleb? Might have to check it out. Yeah, I wouldn't mind knowing about it as well, Caleb. Magic, witchcraft. Just dropped by to say good luck. Shady, thank you so much, mate. I really appreciate it. I hope you're having a great Monday. Good start to your week and a nice weekend as well. Working on getting shiny Zapdos and let's go Evie. Good luck to you, my friend, as well. Going to hit odds tonight, so might be in for a long ride too. I hope you don't, mate. I hope you don't even have to get to odds because you're going to get that Zapdos before then. If you do get it, drop in through the week and let us know how you're getting on with the hunt. But yeah, wishing you all the luck on the best bird, legendary bird Pokemon. So yeah, good luck with it, mate. Thank you for dropping by as well. I am pretty close to Bristol, mate, but Bristol's not that close to Birmingham, to be fair. So all I got sitting in my Amazon cart is a grasshopper stuffed animal for Shelby and Kenan and Kel hockey jersey for myself. Now that's pretty good selection of stuff, mate. Grasshopper stuffed animal sounds fun, mate. The hockey jersey sounds cool though. And I bought my family a vacation last night, so my spending money is gone for a week. I'd love to buy a pocket so I can play my old copy of Metal Gear Solid. Wow, mate, that would be very cool. Yeah. Bad time paying out for family vacation. Bad time with the pocket dropping. They'll probably drop it later in the year as well, you know. I doubt this will be the only one that they do. To be honest, Sean, I think what I'm kind of hoping, I do want to get to some locals this year, but I think if I'm playing, I kind of just want to really maximize the CP that I get at majors that I go to. I don't really want to have to rely on going to locals for points to hit the goal that you would need to. I don't think you necessarily need locals either. I know everyone will be scrambling for them, but I don't know. I prefer to make it a little bit easier for myself. It's just that when you're traveling like that far out, it's like an entire day, and I just think, yeah, kind of want to limit the amount of days that I'm spending doing that, you know. Gotten better with my cutthroat razor and no longer cutting myself while shaving. Well, that's good, mate. I didn't even know you were having issues with it. Finally able to get a clean shave. Is that just like a blade then that you're doing? Wow. Brave man. How do you make a 4-star sandwich? I've never heard of it. Do you all have to use, I think, I can't remember. It's been such a long time since they did it in a BBQ. Won't guarantee I'll do. Oh, well, mate, I can't guarantee that I'll do well at events either. It's just what I'm kind of thinking in my head. You know, so there's no guarantees from me, and I think you're doing the right thing. I think if you've got the time to be able to go to spend doing the locals as well. I think because I did competitive scene for so many years, and I did the whole locals, go to every event I could. I did for so many years. I just feel like I'm kind of, yeah, I don't mind going to like the odd local, and I think for mid-season showdowns and stuff like that, it's not too bad. But 15 CP on the table at a time, I think Bristol's probably the longest I'm gonna travel to go to any sort of locals, for me at least, you know. And even then I'm still like, do I consider it, or am I like, nah, Is 15 CP going to make that much difference? Maybe not on the grand scheme of things. Maybe not. But yeah, it's been a while since I've been to any locals though, so it'd be nice to dive back in. It's always a good way to like kind of get yourself warmed up for bigger events as well. I always think like performing well at locals always translates to performing well normally when you go to a bigger event. Yeah, does anyone in chat know off the top of your head? I mean, one thing you could do is just quickly Google a 4-star sandwich recipe. I can't remember off the top of my head. Someone in chat might know. Need to open a shop near you and start illegally. Well, mate. Live streams from the shop. Selling TCG products and old retro Pokemon games. Sounds like a cool shop. Have like a juice bar in there as well. How long's the drive to Bristol? Like 40-50 minutes, not too far. So it's not too bad. Be wild if Osirus just showed up to one of those big VGC events. That would be cool too. I don't know. I'd love to play an IC. I think going into this season is like my big thing is to play an IC if I can. Depends on the local. Going to Orpington sometimes is harder than it. Well, mate, yeah, it's always stacked, aren't they? But I don't mind ever going to Orpington because Matt normally does like the double header. So it's like I know there's like you know like a double header MSS weekend. I know they're not MSSs anymore, but it's kind of worth the trip. And it's like the practice that you get at those events. That's what I mean. Like, you know, it sets you up for those bigger events so well because you're playing against such high level players, you know. You'll have the same chase with Matty, you know, other Irish players in the community that are very strong players, and going along it kind of gets you warmed up to a level that's like suffice for when you go into those regional level events. I think that always like you can't underestimate like locals, you know, as being such a good way to just get yourself prepared. Juice and coffee, yeah. Seller's mug. That's how we do it. Yeah, shiny Chen Power stickers, pins, stickers, and the mugs. The mug business, yeah. Lord 4-star sandwich is only possible if you have a group. Yeah, I think they are in a group. LL rods. It's just what you need to put in. I don't know if it's like 4 Herba Mystica do you need. I don't know if it's that much or not. Orpington is definitely worth it. Matt's got a place sorted out now, I think, hasn't he, for the events down there, which is cool. The Irish turned up to Manchester the other week. The Irish boys, they're strong in the VG scene. Oh, you won, Sean. Nice, mate. That's good. Good signs. The trash talk with the Irish opponents, always fun. The Irish boys and the community in general is very, they're all great. They're all great people. All great people. The ones I've met, I used to play with as well. Excluding one called Jace Face VGC. I mean, that guy. That guy. Stay clear of him. 6 hamburgers, 2 cherry tomatoes, 4 curry powder, and 4 marmalade between the two of you. John Cole, the hero. Thank you, John. I'm sure they appreciate it. And that's your 4-star sandwich that you guys need to do. Yeah, he's the worst. Didn't have the DNC be a good Pokemon. Loki was actually a very good Pokemon player. Loki. Where was it, mate? Birmingham. Birmingham with the Savale. Savali. Yeah, but that's gonna change, Jace. I heard this season. It's all gonna change. You're gonna be at events, ripping it up again, mate. No, this isn't a ROM. Barrington, this is on actual cartridge. The Zelda Lo-Fi, it's such a nice track, Matthew, isn't it? One of my favorites. We got the Heracross, yeah, we got it on Thursday last week. So, over odds with the encounters on the tree, and I think just below 2,000 Heracross encounters in total. So, yeah, so happy. So we'll be jumping into that Shiny Oni Nuzlocke playthrough later this week, which is going to be good, and we'll be able to burn through that, and we'll try and get to the Lugia. It'd be nice to get to the Lugia and start doing that later in the week. Are the legends Shiny Locked and Scarlet and Violet like the Curman said? Yeah, they're all in Scarlet and Violet. All the legendaries are Shiny Locked. Yes, yeah. What's my go-to food while watching the football? I don't generally eat anything when I'm watching the football, mate. I don't really snack when I'm watching the football. I'm too into it. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Like, especially last night, I was like just watching it intently, like, because I try and not watch always where the ball is and what other players are doing and what the shape is and things like that. So I'm like really like into it. So I don't tend to like just chill and watch. So I don't normally eat. Over the weekend though, what food did we have? We have Saturday we had like barbecue, like these barbecue, so there was like barbecue like pork things, and then barbecue pork belly with like salady stuff on Saturday. It was good. And yesterday, what did we have yesterday? Oh, we had like a coconut dal thing with like wraps and stuff. It was nice. Yeah, so nothing like super glam, but nice food. It's good. Oh, pork rinds. No, not for me, mate. Not pork rinds. I can't. They have hairs on them, some of them. Not all of them, but some of them do. It makes me feel a bit sick. I can't deal with it. Yeah. So no. Not a pork scratching person. The moment you said barbecue pork belly, I melted. Mate, it was good. It was good. Yeah, it was good. It was nice. And the other one was like, it had like I don't know what you would say. It was more like a kind of an oriental. I think it was like an oriental rub. That's what the recipe was. It was like just like 5 spice and other things. So it was like very much like a Thai, Asian seasoning on the pork. But they were like chops, and then there was the pork belly as well. They were good. They were nice. Don't like pork scratching. Shocking. It's not that I don't like them, mate. It's just I can't. It's the same reason I don't like roast pork, because I can't like. There's something about when it's in a tray. I remember my mum cooking it when we were younger. She would have it ready to go in the oven. And it would be like, you'd look at it and like on the top of the meat be like hairy, and I'd be like, I can't deal with that. And you get the same thing with pork scratchings as well. I just think, nah, not for me. No thanks. I'll just pass on that. Yeah. Oh mate, Sergio, don't, mate. Don't. No. Ugh. Can't get past the hairs. No, I can't, mate. It's too much. It's too much for me. Oh, and another note. guess what? I've got up and running, so we'll be able to do this. Unfortunately, I've done like 0 steps today, so I've got nothing in the game to transfer over, but I'm making my way through. Poker Walker is the shiny lock's been I got the shiny lock removed from it. I've removed it. Shiny lock removed from my Poker Walker, so we'll start porting some things into the Soul Silver. Yeah. So I did that over the weekend, which was very fun to do. That was the other thing I did. Yeah. What about when you go to people's houses and tea towel fluff is all over the plates? That's all right, because that's like unintentional. That's not like human hair, like they're not animal hair, right? It's just, that's just tea towel fluff. You can wipe that off yourself, right? So that's I feel like that's a different level. And I'm not about to like eat that. And I've never been to anyone's house for dinner where they served food up with tea towel fluff still on the plate. That makes sense. I know the tea towel fluff you mean. It's like when you buy a new tea towel and you've dried something and there's tea towel fluff all over the plate. But I normally wipe that off, you know, like a kitchen towel or something like that. Easy wipe that away. So I feel like that's yeah, that easy. But hair and food, it's not a cool thing. I can't deal with it. Maybe what about when you go to people? Yeah, yeah. So yeah. Yeah, Luke, I'm a bit like that. Double, triple check. But yeah, I've got a long, I think with the Poker Walker, I've got a long way to go to unlock. I think you need 100,000 watts to unlock the cave at the end. I know we talked about it last week on stream, but that's the goal, to try and get that unlocked. So that will take a while, but the amount of watts that I get, I did a 10k run on Saturday with it, and I got about 700 watts. Sorry, a 6k run. Yeah, and I got about 700 watts from it. So that was quite cool. So it gives me a bit more motivation to keep the runs going as well, which is cool. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Oh, Riley, I can't, mate. Yeah, no. I got some friends that are just like, will eat anything. I just think, yeah. How to get the Poker Walker, Sergio? Well, I just got it out of the box that the Soul Silver that I'm playing came in. It was in there. It needed a new battery, so I had to replace the battery because the battery had died on it because it was, yeah, hadn't been used in such a long time. Oh, Luke, you lost yours, mate. No, you should pick one up. They're like so much fun. I've had a lot of fun with it since I booted it up. I've been like, why didn't I do this such a long time ago? Sergio, you need to get the Poker Walker on the go. It might be more of a UK thing post for sure, but yeah, it's so gross, mate. It's so gross. Is it enough to put me off them forever? Considering adding 100k more steps in my exercise routine. Nice, mate. And Sean, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you for your advice here anytime, mate. But thank you so much for the support as well, my friend. It definitely helps out the channel a lot. I really appreciate it. Which Raichu has the fastest speed? I think they're both the same. I think they're both 110 base speed, but then you've got Surge Surfer ability on Alolan Raichu, which doubles its speed on electric terrain. So I guess if you're pairing it with a Miraidon or something like that, then it's going to have a much easier time. But then regular Raichu has Lightning Rod, so I guess you've got the Psychic type in there that you can just spam instead. But then normal Raichu just goes Dark Terror and you can't hit with the Psychic type attacks or Electric type attacks, and then you're stuck then. So maybe regular Raichu's just better. Alolan Raichu's designs way superior, in my opinion anyway, but yeah. Evolutionary, how are you doing? Good to see you, mate. Been too long since I stopped in. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing good, mate. I hope you're doing all right as well, and great to see you as always. How'd you get shinies in from the walker? It's been forever since I've used it, but does it catch mons? Yeah, so you can catch Pokemon. So with the watts that you acquire from walking, you can use those watts to encounter a Pokemon, and then you get, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but you get like 4 patches of grass like this, and then you have to get to that patch of grass, and then I'll try and get a Pokemon battle open, because you need to go to the different patches of grass, and then you get like a little, can I get this? That's not on the screen. So you get a little encounter here, and then so that's a Hoot I've got, and then you attack it, you can catch it, and then once you've caught it, you can get 3 Pokemon at a time, and then you have to transfer them into your game. And then if you've taken the shiny lock off, because normally the shiny lock would be on all of the Pokemon in the Pokewalker, but you can take the shiny lock off the Pokewalker. So then when you transfer them in, they've got the base 1 in 8,192 odds of being shiny in the game when you check them. So that's kind of how you do it. And then you can collect gifts as well. So we got the Hoot there, so I'll be able to transfer that in and then check that. Sneasel clears, yeah. Bit of a bullet and got the whole Team Skull outfit. Nice, that's awesome. And the Team Skull pause on Pokemon Go. I don't know why. Never really got into Sun and Moon. Team Skull's very cool though. And the outfit's amazing. The logo's amazing. Mate, don't blame you. It's a good one to pick up for sure. Yeah, Farland, that sounds very annoying to deal with. I hope if you leave and then come back into it and do it, I hope that allows you to be able to do it a little bit easier. For myself, a Target edition of Optimus Prime comes with the store's mascot on a trailer and as a figure that transforms into a suitcase. Oh wow, mate, that sounds cool. How big is it? Yeah, just playing the Pokewalker though, I was like, I wish we had something like this with the Switch. It would be so cool. Just, it's so simple, but it's just such a cool little device. I just think it's very cool. So it would have been a perfect year for them just to re-release Heart Gold Soul Silver for the Switch, and then re-release the Pokewalker as a thing as well. They would have made absolute bank from it, and then celebrated the anniversary of Gold Silver Crystal as well. Johto birthday. I have a feeling you're about to get that shiny Deoxys, Danny. I hope you're right. I really do. It will feel like a huge win if we can get it before 11,000 resets now. "40 centimeters. That's very cool. That's nice, mate. That's a good size. I look awesome as like a display piece as well. Marcus, good morning, mate. Good to see you as always. I hope you're having a fantastic start to your week, my friend, and had a nice weekend as well. Great to see you, though, and hopefully you coming in means that the Deoxys is going to, like, show up right now. That'll be good, catching the stream at work. I hope your day's going all right, though, mate. Great to have you jumping in and joining us. Put my Pokemon Go code in friend code if anyone wants to add. Nice. Beefy Heathy. I will definitely try and add you, mate. Seems to have worked. The quest is gone, but we have to get a new yellow one by doing that is annoying. To get a new one. Caleb, why are jerseys so expensive? Just looked at the Messi jersey and it's so much. Is that the Argentina shirt or is that for Miami? Which one would you go for? Mate, the educated. Rich told me about this site. It's well cheap, meant to be decent quality. They're knockoffs though, but I mean, I don't think they're expensive. And only have 3 of my Transformers at my desk. Gremlins, swap them every month and I transform them every week. Nice, mate. That's cool. That is very cool. Change them up. Fireland, 4 more snacks. Is that all you need, mate? That's good. Currently looking for an EV outbreak in Scarlet and Violet. Found one, but it's spawned in the olive field. Oh, in the olive field. Joking. I hope you get another one very soon and it's in a lot better place. Joey, do you think the new Switch will have a proper soft reset option for those? Oh, mate, that would be great, wouldn't it? Yeah, be so good rather than home button, close out. Yeah, maybe. It'd be nice if it did have a way to do it. Yeah. DHgate website. Yeah, I've not used it. I've made, so I swear by it, mate. I tell you what was the weird thing, ever since talking about it on the stream, I've had these like suggestions from YouTube popping up about people that are buying DHgate football shirts, so I have been watching them, and yeah, I mean, it's pretty surprising. The Miami, yeah, the pink one, Caleb, super nice. Yeah, check it out. I don't know how easy it is to navigate that site or anything, but yeah, I got my Forest shirt from the Forbidden website. Only $20 after shipment. Mate, that's so good. So good. Crazy. I will be genuinely buying my Newcastle away shirt this year because I feel like I'll buy one, but I would like to try DHgate out and just see what it's like. Remember fighting a Leafian outbreak, but I gave up in 30 minutes. Oh, mate. Leafian outbreak, very cool though. Super cool one to get. Angry Panda, finally female shiny Fennekin. Congrats, female as well. That's super nice. Great job, my friend. Sylveon outbreak will be crazier. Yeah, the Sylveon and the Umbreon ones are always the one. I think Umbreon only appears in the underground, doesn't it? Like the cave just beside Alfrenada town. It's a cool one to go for though. Actually, I got premium. I ordered England 1993rd from the Forbidden website too. Hasn't come yet. Oh, that's cool. Very nice. 1993rd kit. Is that the red one, or is that like the it's like a very light blue? I'm trying to think which one that is. Italia 90 kit though, isn't it? Very cool. Iconic kit though. It's the blue, yeah. Super nice kit. Just gives me like proper Gaza vibes, that kit. Any of those kits from that year. Got the Jumbo Alolan Raichu. But it's not shiny. Still happy though. Very cool that you got it, mate. I'm nearly 2 boxes of shiny Alolan Raichus and it's still not got it. So we'll be continuing with it. But if you go for it, mate, for the shiny with the Jumbo mark, I hope you get a lot of luck with it. But nice that you got it as well. Yeah, I found the best place to like for the resets for the Alolan Raichus. If you know the little area in the coastal biome where Bulbasaur appears, if you can get the outbreak up on that kind of higher ridge area, that's like the perfect place for the Alolan Raichus. And you can just do like picnic resets up there, or even run around. I found loads of the shinies up there. It was a really good place. Meant to get on Pokemon Violet for the Alolan Raichu and shiny Pichu outbreaks, but Elden Ring winked at you. Sure it did, mate. You got plenty of time though. You got to like the 25th of July. You got like another 10 days of that event running. Guess I'll have to get a Newcastle shirt for the Squirtle Squad. As far as you know, I'll be genuine, mate. I'll know. We all know. It's all right. Just getting one is enough. I'd go for that. I'd have a look at the third kit. That's the one I got my eye on for this year. I don't know when it's going to release, but the third kit is super nice. It's like white. It's got a little bit of green on it, black, and it's got the old NUFC crest badge. It's super cool. So I'm like, that's the one. That's the one I'm getting this year. I've been hunting for that little trader since February. I had trouble getting shinies in general, and when I find they were, I can't even emeralds. Red Animator, how you doing, mate? Only got 2 shiny Necrozma from 70 raids this weekend. Sad. Oh, mate. Pleased you got 2 though. Like 2's better than 1 or 0, so I'm pleased you got them. But that is so many raids for the amount of shinies that you got. At those prices, I get one of all the major clubs, so I can just jump ship on who's winning at the same time. Yeah, mate. Just chop and change. Don't have a club you're tied to yet. Yeah, mate. It's a good excuse. Like, there's lots of kits out there that are really nice. You know, I think. Just for getting those, you know, anything at those kind of prices is good. Yeah, it's so much. They charge so much. It might be a bit cheaper because it's through Adidas now, so you might be able to get it like, you might not have to get it imported and have those costs, but they're still so expensive. Especially if you want like a player name on the back and a number and stuff like that, it just makes the prices so much more. Ah, mails. Okay. That makes more sense, Angry Panda. I'm like trying to make that out and I didn't get it. So it's like some code for something else. I was like, huh? Am I just being dumb and not getting it? Oh, beefy. Maybe, mate. A couple of seasons time when they're flying, you'll be like, yeah, all over DHgate. If I get one though from there, I will. I'll definitely bring it on. We'll do a review on one of the streams. Yeah, I think that's what I'm like, Caleb, because I know the shirt when I'm getting it for Newcastle, it goes directly to like into the club, so I don't mind getting one that's a genuine one. And I kind of like that most seasons. I will just pick up like one shirt. Just because like buying all 3 is like just crazy. You're looking at like £300 for like 3 shirts. I'm like, get some other clothes that I'd probably wear a little bit more than just Newcastle shirts for that. But yeah, it's nice having like one shirt from that season. Dylan, you found a shiny Minion. Nice, mate. Congrats. There's a really cool, I can't remember the team though. There's a really cool Spanish team. I don't think they're in La Liga. They might be in like the next league or the even 2 leagues down from La Liga, but they got a really nice shirt. It's one of the nicest shirts I've seen, and it's got like almost, it's like a tan color, but it has like a world map on it. It's very cool shirt. I can't remember the team, but I would love that shirt. Like if you Google it, you'll be able to probably find it. Callum, good to see you, mate. Hectic day at work. We'll have you in the background as I work. Vamos. Sorry, vamos. That's what the English say. Vamos, España. Yes, mate. It's a good performance. They deserved it. They deserved it. Kind of surprised you haven't got the shiny Deoxys yet. Yes, you and me both, mate. Chubby got me the last shirts from Chattanooga FC run in the Nissa League for Christmas. Got a primary shirt and primary keeper shirt, and then a month later announced partnership with Adidas. Oh wow, that's cool, mate. So the shirts are all going to be like, that's very cool. Nice that you got those like older shirts though, you know. I think it's like something about like having the collection of shirts over the years. It's just nice, you know. Like you'll have like specific games and memories of like that season, you know, from those shirts. I always think back to that with my shirts, or like specific players that you kind of played at that time when that shirt was relevant. Minio Court, nice, mate. I'm pleased it didn't explode on you. Will Deoxys come at 11,000 Zapki? That is the big question. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of preferred Junior Core. I think you should name it Junior, your Minio. Come on, Deoxys, show up. Right, that lighting is way better on my camera. It's almost like bleached out. Perhaps it is shiny locks. Just in this game. Critical capture. Nice, mate. That's good. I love shiny Minio though. It's such a nice shiny. It's a shame though that all the different colors don't have different variations of their shinies, rather than just every Minio being the same shiny. Yeah, it'd be very cool, wouldn't it, Lexus, if we could hunt Deoxys on the Switch? Be so good. Rob, thank you so much, mate. I appreciate it. And thank you to everyone that has dropped a like on the stream today. Really, really appreciate it. It is a huge way to support the stream. And it is always much appreciated. So thank you so much for all the support. Let's see if we can back it up from our end with the shiny Deoxys. On this one. Yeah, it was good on Friday, Sergio. Yeah, I think it was because it was like the new event, and we were back on the Switch for the first time, so it was very cool. It was nice. Yeah, I think it peaked at like 300 at some point, which was good to see. So we'll do a bit more on Scarlet and Violet as we go through the week. I'd definitely like to go back in and do some more, even if it's just to try and get those Jumbo Raichus again, or maybe go after the Pikachus or the Mimikyus or the Pichus, just to get the rest of them. So yeah. Annie, how are you doing? I hope you're good. Thank you so much, Mr. Braza, and to everyone else. Maybe it'll show 11,111. That would be wild if it showed. Could you imagine, like, on those? I mean, I feel like it just never shows up on those like nice number sequences that we've had so far. What's really been bugging me since the Blueberry Academy dropped in Scarlet and Violet is that you can't catch a mon unless it's a critical catch. It's getting ridiculous. Yeah, that is so annoying, isn't it? Yeah. Because you instantly know that you haven't caught it. And then you have to sit through the animation, and sometimes it can go to like 3 shakes and you're like, I know I've not got this. Who's my favorite Pokemon? And Paul, it is Tyranitar. What about yourself? What's your favorite Pokemon? Done another playthrough of Violet because I'm bored. Nice, Annie. I hope the playthrough is good and you enjoy it. You should do like a shiny only playthrough of Scarlet. I've been thinking about doing that myself. I think it'd be a really fun one to do. I don't think it'd be like super difficult or too long to do as well, just because of the sheer number of encounters that you can kind of see in the overworld. But even if it's just a regular playthrough, Annie, I hope you enjoy it and have a good time with it. Sean just played Federico on ladder. Federico just won the Victory Road event, didn't he, yesterday? Do you think Pokemon will bring back fossils for Gen 10 or continue with no fossils going forward? I hope they bring back fossils. I feel like they have to bring back fossils. Fossils have been such like a big, like huge part of like every generation except Scarlet and Violet. Like even Sword and Shield had like cool fossil Pokemon. Like just a cool novelty thing that they've always done. Seems so weird. I wonder if it's because we had past and future Paradox Pokemon. The past Pokemon almost filled the niche for the need for them to do like fossil Pokemon, you know? I don't know. Maybe that's, in my mind, that was my explanation, yeah. Technically Paradox and Scarlet are fossil, yeah. Like Red Animator said. Did Alola have fossils? No, it didn't, did it? Did it? No, it didn't. Don't think it did. They? I don't think Alola had fossil, not new fossil Pokemon, did they? No. I think you could get fossil Pokemon in Alola, but there was no new fossil Pokemon. Yeah. So maybe they're doing it where they're doing it every other generation. They'll bring in new fossil Pokemon. So Gen 10 would be the one. So it would be on all the even. Dracovish was Sword and Shield. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Matthew, exactly. Like, great minds, mate. Maybe it is just on the even generation numbers that we're going to get fossil Pokemon. More excitement for Gen 10 when it does drop. Yeah, crazy. I've never even thought about Alola not having it until now. I probably did at the time when those games were out and be like, oh, it's kind of sad that we don't have fossil Pokemon in those games. But yeah, weird. Gen 10 is going to be so good. So curious on where the region's going to be. There's a part of me that wants it not to be based on a European country though, because it's been a lot of European countries recently. We've had Galar, we had Kalos, we had Paldea. I just think there's so many other places around the world that it could be based on. Like, I think like an African, like Africa would be a wild region. It'd be so good because it's so diverse there. Australia would be a cool one as well. I think Australia would be good. I wouldn't even be sad if we got a revisit to somewhere in Japan again, you know, another region based in Japan, like maybe relating to Kitakami or something like that. Italy next. Pizza making, yes. Spaghetti making, pizza making, shiny, sparkling pizza power. Do you have any predictions or something you would want as a mechanic or of Gen 10? I always thought like a really cool mechanic. I don't know whether like a gimmick that they would ever do. I always felt like a really cool one, and they've kind of shown glimpses of it in previous games that we've had recently of this mechanic, but they could build on it, right? Which would be fusions. So we've had kind of the odd Pokemon that can fuse together with items and stuff like that, but I always think like a gimmick that we could have, which would take a little bit more of a deeper dive with the fusion mechanic, where you could fuse certain Pokemon together to get like a super Pokemon sort of thing, and then you could do different combinations to get different typings, different abilities, things like that. I think that would be cool as a gimmick. I don't know whether it would be a good one, but yeah, that would be something I would like to see now as well. Fossil Pokemon would be very cool to come back. And I would love them to do it for once again, just to repeat a Gen 2 thing where we had one region and the whole entirety of the story was played out there, but then we went to another region afterwards, and then we did like that region as well, gym badges, catches and things like that. So a little bit like going between Johto and Kanto, we do this new region and then we go back to a region that we'd been to in the past to do like become champion in that region as well. I would love them to do something like that. It'd be so cool. Burning Mellow, thank you so much for becoming our latest member of the Squirrel Squad. I'm very sad I don't have the Squirrel Squad glasses in here with me today. I've misplayed, but thank you so much for becoming our latest member of the channel. I hope you enjoy your time as a member. And good news to our members as well. We got some big changes coming up this month for the members content as well. So it will be all changing a little bit going forward. So I hope you all enjoy it. I'll be touching base with you all over the next few weeks when we're making those changes as well, just to see what you guys think of it, because it's important that we touch with that. But yeah, thank you so much, Burning Mellow. Appreciate the support, and like I say, I hope you enjoy your time here. Wish more people did membership stuff. Yeah, well, I've got some yeah, there's stuff happening, so hopefully you do all enjoy it when it does drop. I would love to see VGC without gimmicks for a season. I mean, that would be super nice. Yeah, I mean, like that's, yeah, how I started playing VG without any gimmicks. I would love it to go back to that. I don't know if they'll ever do it though. I've been wanting 2 regions in one since Heart Gold, Soul Silver. I know, Joy, it would be so good, wouldn't it? Just to be able to have that once again. It's not even a big deal. They don't, you know, the template for that region's already been made. You just need to make a few tweaks to it. An Italian YouTuber found a pin, if I remember correctly, in Scarlet and Violet. Looks like the Magic Rock in Australia. Ooh. That's kind of interesting. So that might be like the Easter egg hint to that region. Got a shiny Sharpedo on Chain of 42 by Chainfish. Nice carry. That's awesome. Congrats. Such a nice shiny as well. No leaks, mate. No. We need Rad Dad for the leaks. He's been a bit shy with any leaks coming up recently. Thron, how are you doing, mate? Good to see you. Since he retired Ash in the anime, maybe Gen 10 could have us follow his road to world. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? Yeah. No Horse, man. I would love Gen 10 to have a national text extra region post game. It'd be so good, wouldn't it? It'd be amazing. 100 likes. Yes, thank you so much to everyone for all of the likes in today's stream. It's amazing. We've smashed that 100 like goal. So thank you so much to all of you for those likes. Do keep them coming. If you're coming in, dropping in is a really good way to just support the streams in general. 6-star Terrorid for the first time in my place. More curious to know what shiny gimmick it will have, like Gen 9 with sandwiches, which I know none of us ever thought would be a thing. I know, right? And it's crazy when you look back to that first trailer as well for Scarlet and Violet, like the teaser trailer, when it's a security guard going up into that office, and then you see the different panning around of the I guess the office area, and there's the sandwiches on the table, and you're like, after you know what it is, it's like, wow, it was like they were pointing at it the whole time, but you would have never guessed from that little sneak peek. So there's stuff there always that's relevant, I think, that they just drop in. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the shiny mechanic will be, you know. I'd love them to bring back radar hunting, but I don't know if they can in an overworld environment. They'd have to change it up a bunch. Lumpy. Harsh, mate. Yeah, the leak stuff's really dried up recently. There's just not been much dropping, and I haven't really been keeping up with anything in leak related stuff. I'm hoping that we get a Pokemon Presents announced sometime for the end of July, early August. But it might just be that world's closing ceremony where we get the next bit of information about stuff from Game Freak, you know? I feel like you're gonna get the shiny soon. Hope so. Me too, Caleb. Me too, mate. What if Gen 10 is not a new region, but all the old regions reimagined with regional forms among the thousands of that would be very cool. I mean, I think that would go down just as well, you know? I think if they did something like that, I mean, I would be happy with it. I hope they revert back to the daycare method for breeding. It'd be kind of nice if we had the day. I do miss the daycare as a way to breed Pokemon for sure. I feel like the Poké Radar could totally work in an open world scenario. It'd be amazing to see how they would change it. Yeah, to keep a chain, you would be able to keep a chain going as well, wouldn't you? I guess there would be certain rules around the area where you would be able to start the chain, and then that would create almost a grid, an invisible grid around you where you wouldn't be able to venture outside of that grid. If you do, then the chain breaks, but if you stay in those confines, that starting spot, and then you have to just have encounters in that vicinity, and that increases your chain as you go up. We need like a Poketch device or something like that where we could kind of keep track of the chain when it's going on. Yeah, stop the shiny locks as well. That would be a big step in the right direction. Especially just making the starter Pokemon available to catch in their shiny forms. Like, it would be super nice if they just did that. Why do you think the daycare is better than the picnic breeding? I feel like picnic is much faster and you can get multiple eggs. It's definitely faster, Brian, yeah. It's I don't dislike the picnic method. And you can do it conveniently anywhere you are. I don't know, I just kind of prefer daycare. The daycare. I think it's just because I'm used to it, you know, and it's what I was always used to. But a part of me feels like they didn't do the daycare because it's like extra coding, and like none of the buildings in Scarlet and Violet really have much substance to them, and it was like, oh well, if you do that, we're gonna have to add all this substance to these areas. You're probably gonna have a pen area where the Pokemon appear in the overworld, that they're in there, you know, all these extra things. And they were like, nah, let's just do it in picnics, and they just magically appear in a picnic bag. Yeah, it could be much worse. I would hope it would be a lot better though. I think chaining would be a cool thing to see come back and see them implement it in an overworld capacity. Right, well, we're on the countdown now to this 11,000 resets, friends. We are on the countdown to see if we can get this before then. I'm going to do this reset now, and I'm just going to quickly go and grab a drink, and then we'll come back to it. So I'll be like 2 seconds. 2 seconds. I'll be like a minute at most, tops. I'll be right back. We are back. We are back. We are back. Right, shiny on screen. We need to reset this Deoxys. It is not the one. We get to 11,111 resets. I'll eat the 40 McNuggets meal at McDonald's and dunk them in the special garlic sauce. That sounds like a win though, mate. Doesn't seem like a bad thing that you'd have to do. 40 nuggets is a lot though. I don't know if I could eat 40 nuggets all in one go. Too many. I could definitely do 20 nuggets. With nothing else. I don't know if I could do it with the fries and stuff. Has to be 11,000 nuggets. Just a skip delivered with nuggets in it. Yeah, definitely, Luke. The special garlic sauce. We did the 20 nugget challenge at uni, one tub as fast as you can. What? 1 minute and 40? No, Callum, that's crazy. 1 minute 40 for 20 nuggets. Like swallowed. That's crazy. No. Like that can't be good for you. Yeah, we'll probably go up to 11k today, mate. And hope that the Deoxys shows up before then. This is a gross story. It involves food. But I've been eating like pretty clean food for like the last month. I'd say eating a lot better than I have been, which is good. And doing the running and stuff as well, and just changing my diet completely. So I've been eating really like lots of salads, lots of veg, lots of like just clean whole foods, and I've not really been eating much junk food. And on Friday we got like proper traditional, a good old traditional English fish and chips dinner. It was super nice, but I was so sick afterwards. I was like, I don't know, like my stomach, if it just can't, like, because I've been eating such like cleaner foods recently. I don't know if that was it, but I was not well Friday night, so it was a bad choice. So I was like, it's my body telling me not to eat this food, this sort of like deep fried food. It was so good at the time though, but I did not enjoy it Friday evening. If the amount of resets spells out something in binary code, it's a sign. It's like the invaders coming. Yeah, must have, mate. It was the most delicious food though. It was so good. I don't know whether it was that or like the curry sauce that I had with it. I went to town. I was like, oh, when am I getting it? I was like, nah, I'm all in for all of the goodness. Yeah, but I think after not having it for such a long time, I'm like, it might have been what did it. What's my favorite food? Oh wow, my favorite food. Favorite food. I like so much food. What's my favorite food? I kind of go through phases. I'm loving salmon. Like hot smoked salmon at the moment is like the thing that I'm just like cannot get enough of, criminally can't get enough of. And I could have it with like rice dish, or I could have it with just vegetables, like steamed vegetables, mixed veg. I'm eating a lot of that at the moment. My favorite food though, probably be like Thai food, you know. If I had to pick one right now, I think, yeah. Too many though. It depends where you are in the world as well. I think like depending on like what the best food is. Like if I'm in the States, I always think like States do like Pizza, very good. Sorry to all you Italians, but the US do pizza better, in my opinion. Oh, here we go. We haven't had one of these in a while. Gengar 89, you've got to spoil the party. There we go. But yeah, what's everyone else's? Like, what's everyone's like go-to food for like... The weird thing about pizza for me at the minute is we had pizza before I got like that sickness bug like the other week, and I had pizza the night before I got really sick the next day. And now when I think of pizza, it makes me feel a bit like oozy, so I'm like, which is a shame. Sushi's, yeah, I mean, if you get really good sushi, Callum, it's hard to beat, mate, isn't it? I had some amazing sushi in Stockholm when I was there. Surprising. In Stockholm, I wasn't expecting to be the place for me to get like good sushi, but it was amazing, mate. Mexican versus Moroccan. Moroccan food, mate. We've got an absolutely amazing Moroccan restaurant. It's about 20-minute drive from where we live, called the Queen of Cups. Oh, mate, it's just heaven. It's just one of the best places. It's so good, so good. Moroccan food is just fantastic. Mexican as well. You can't beat Mexican food. Like, Mexican is just, yeah, so nice. Yeah, Callum, the proper stuff. I know what you mean, mate. Yes. don't be going to Asda for your sushi. No. Yeah, I'm a bit like you, Caleb, just all food. I just love trying new things as well. Yeah. Shrimp scampi. Nice. Shabu is good. I've never had it. If you lived until you've eaten fried. What is that? I can't see it because of the heart that's in the corner. I'm hoping that someone has to type something so I can see Rad Dads. There we go. Horse hooves. What? No. I know that's not real. Definitely not that, mate. Sergio. The worst. Keep those away from me. Hairy pork rinds. It's weird though, because we call them, like in the UK, they're like pork scratchings is what the name of them is. I don't know if that's more of like a regional name of them, but there's those pork scratchings. So weird. It's such a weird name. Mate, the British Grand Prix was last weekend. We always theme our weekend's entertainment food based on the nationality of the race. So the girls had their first full English brekkie. It was great. Amazing, mate. What did you have in it? I hope you had like, did you have fried bread, fried egg? Everything's pretty much fried, isn't it? It's just like a fry up. Fried mushrooms, fried tomatoes, beans, bacon, sausage, hash browns. What else do you have on a full English? That's pretty much it, really. Normal toast with your fried toast. Pig's ears. Black pudding, that's another one that's a classic, like, English breakfast thing. I don't know if you guys ever had black pudding or if you get that in the States. I'm sure you do. Beans for breakfast. Beans, baked beans, yeah. Had some of the best tacos ever yesterday before flew home. Super authentic, so good. Nice, mate. I love a good taco as well. So black pudding is like this, it comes in like a disc. So it's like a round disc. It's like about that thick and like around that size. And it's pig's blood, but it's like solid. It's like a solid disc that you get and you fry it, and it's got like seasoning and other things in it. It sounds really gross, but it's actually all right. Callum, the haggis. Yeah, the haggis. That's a special one. Haggis. My parents like haggis. I'm not the biggest fan. Not that like I don't like the sound of it, but it's like, yeah, I've never been a huge haggis enthusiast. Blood pudding. Yeah, that's true. Black pudding is like a blend of onions, pork fat, oatmeal flavorings, and blood, usually from a pig. That's the best one. Yeah. Nice, mate. Yeah. I haven't had a fried breakfast in years. Like the last time I had one. You can get white pudding as well, but I don't know what the difference between black and white pudding is. It must be just different ingredients, I guess, that make both of them up. Convince my kids that haggis is a wild animal only found in Scotland. Yeah, I got told that when I was a kid as well. We had like a family friend that used to tell me about these things called haggises that used to like live up in the hills. Because we like pretty much bordered Scotland as well. So, yeah. And I'm not kidding. And like the years I went on believing that as a thing, and then actually found out what haggis was and felt like a complete fool. So white pudding's veggie. Yeah, I've never had that before, but I've always heard about it. So that's the veggie version of black pudding. I'd probably try that. Probably be quite nice. We have blood soup here in Texan Mexican border, made with baby. Oh, mate. Oh. These are like. Yeah, right, Dad. You can have white pudding. I think that you'd be safe with that then. I know, Lumpy. Stop, mate. I'm sure it's good if you've had it, but reading it in a stream chat, I'm like, I can't imagine it's good. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of haggis, to be fair. Let's go back to Cheese Whiz. Yeah, safe. We're safe with the Cheese Whiz. The Cheese Whiz. If I'm at Worlds this year, I feel like that is something that I'll be able to try. I'm sure they got Cheese Whiz in Hawaii, right? the daily vlog of Worlds. Today was the day I tried Cheese Whiz. Yeah, I mean, I wonder what is in Cheese Whiz. The amount of things, a full day of everything I eat has to have a side of Cheese Whiz with it. Yeah, it's probably got everything other than cheese in it. Cheese Whiz Sammy time. Cheese Whiz and just a sandwich. Maybe you could order Cheese Whiz on Prime Day. Let's have a look. Is Costco in England? You do get Costco, yeah. You got to be a member though to buy stuff there. I don't know how you get a membership. Let's have a look. Prime. Have you got Cheese Whiz? Cheese Whiz. Oh, there it is. Kraft Easy Cheese American. Wow, it's actually not. Is it in a can normally, or is it in a jar? Because these are in a can, like a squirty can. These aren't actually too bad. These are like only £9. I would. That's definitely doable. It's not the £30 that I was thinking. Am I spelling it right? It's like Easy Cheese. That's not Cheese Whiz. Cheese Whiz. That's what we're looking for. Premium nacho. That's not it. Come on. Slowing down these encounters. This is why we're not getting Deoxys. I'm too preoccupied with Cheese Whiz. No, there is no Cheese Whiz coming up now. The vendor that was selling the Cheese Whiz must have sold out of Cheese Whiz. Because it's not even an option now. No, there's no Cheese Whiz. It's gonna have to be one of those things I save for when I go to the States. Yeah, my yellow phone case, yeah. It's just like, I just need the Cheese Whiz sticker on the back. Got 3 Cheese Whiz and PB Sammys today. Cheese Whiz and peanut butter. Cheese and peanut butter. I'm trying to think how that would taste. Peanut butter goes with most things pretty well. Would you put Cheese Whiz on top of beans on toast? I mean, I reckon it would go pretty good. Cheese Whiz is Amazon locked. You know, a place that would have it is eBay. eBay will have the Cheese Whiz. We know for a fact we're going to be able... I've never even looked on... No, it doesn't have it. But I can buy a Cheese Whiz shirt. I've got to get this. Look at this shirt. I have to buy this shirt. I have to buy this shirt. It will take approximately a month to get here. So if I order it today, at the end of August, we will be able to represent Cheese Whiz on the streams. That should just be my stream shirt. 10-year-old John never opened. Yeah, on eBay, the special one. Peanut butter banana sandwich is solid. The Elvis, it is a very solid. I remember finding out about that when I was younger, and like I ate them for such a long time, like consecutively, day after day. Because you fry it, don't you? You put the peanut butter and then you butter the outsides of the breads and you fry it. It's a good invention. It's a very tasty sandwich. You go out to Worlds, you can try and find Cheese Whiz in Hawaii. Oh, that's the retro Cheese Whiz logo. They got a new one now? There another one. There is another blue Cheese Whiz shirt, but I'm not a big fan of the blue. The blue is not as cool. I feel like the retro logo is the one. I've got to do it. I'm gonna do it. Do you get it in different colors? Oh, they do the shirt in different colors as well, so that's nice. Peanut butter and butter is nice. Wish I could go Hawaii. I've never been to Pokemon event, and Worlds would be so fun to see. Cop-de-Loop, I know, mate. Worlds is like it's just something else for events. It's so much fun, you know. I would always recommend, if you can ever get out to Worlds, if it's near where you live or if it's not too far to travel, I'd always try and get out just to experience it, you know. I think it's like such what coolest of cool events. Yeah. No, I haven't bit the bullet and ordered it, Rich. I couldn't find it on Amazon. I've just looked. They've only got Easy Cheese, which I feel like's not Cheese Whiz, but it's like a similar thing. But they don't have... Then the vendor that sold the Cheese Whiz on Amazon just isn't there now. They must have sold out. I've never heard of peanut butter banana with a banana fried. That sounds so good. Mine's always just been plain banana on the sandwich. So I think it's plain banana on the sandwich, but then when you put the sandwich together, you butter the outsides of the bread and then you fry the whole sandwich, like, and you flip it and then cut it. Yeah. Painkiller sandwiches is what killed. Yeah, isn't that what ended up doing Elvis in? The fried sandwiches. Muffin, how you doing, mate? I hope you're well. Talking about peanut butter, and I made PB and J stuffed French toast with sugar butter. Oh man, that sounds incredible. Yeah, very bad for your health, but good for your tummy. Yes, mate. The wholesome, cozy feeling after eating it. Technically, I live pretty close to Hawaii. Maybe next year I'll plan it. Cop-de-loop. Oh, mate, if you could get out this year, it would be incredible. Yeah. But yeah, see where it is, because Worlds always gets announced at the upcoming World Championships. At the end of the World Championships, they always announce where the Worlds will be next season. So I have no idea where it's going to be next year. So I wonder if it'll be Europe, or if it'll be mainland US, or if it'll be Canada. Canada would be kind of cool to have. They go back to like Vancouver, be nice, or another part of Canada would be really nice, or anywhere in the US. I don't think it'll be Japan. I don't think it'll be Japan, but I guess we'll wait and see. Toronto would be nice because it's pretty close to me in Ohio. That would be really cool. Yeah, it'd be nice if it was in like a new place next year. Of course, 2026 is the 30th anniversary, so that'll be a really big Worlds as well. I always think like Worlds in Florida would be a cool one as well. Like, I always feel like it's pretty easy for most places to get to Florida. Big international airport. It's not a long flight from the UK. New York's another one as well. I always think New York. There's never been a Worlds in New York. I don't know how, but yeah, New York would be a very cool venue. Australia, wow. I don't think they would ever do one in Italy, unfortunately. I think there's a few European countries where they just won't hold Worlds, which is a shame, but it's because of the betting laws in those countries. That's why you don't see regional events in those countries like Spain, Portugal, Italy are a few. Because that's why when you see events in those countries, they're always special events. They're never regionals. So there's no prize money on the line. So it's a way for them to host big events there for championship points, but there's never prize money or entry fees either, because it's like the laws in those countries that just don't allow that sort of thing. So I could imagine, although Worlds isn't a paid entry event, there is prize money on the line. So I think for that reason, you probably wouldn't see Worlds held in those countries, which is a huge shame, because yes, Spain, Italy would be really cool venues for Worlds. Australia would be amazing. Love to see it in Australia. Canada, Australia. Yeah. US again. Getting ticked and trained to the Indy this coming weekend in Toronto. Very nice, mate. We have an absolute blast. Yeah, Sergio, so that's a big reason why you won't get regionals, or like, you know, European international championship will never be in those countries unless the laws change in those countries. So it's sad though, because you get like the biggest sporting events in the world held in those countries, like in Italy, in Spain, in, you know, in Portugal, and really cool places like that. Like, you know, you get the Euros held there, but I guess it's different. Like the Euros, I guess the teams aren't paying to enter, even though there is prize money on the line, right? It's not, because it's such a big thing, it's kind of overlooked, right? Yeah, something to do with the gambling laws in those countries. Because I guess it's like buying a ticket for the chance to win more money. So you're giving money for the chance of winning more money, even though it's like a skill-based game. I guess it still constitutes and falls under the same sort of thing. But it's, I guess that's the nice thing about special events, like why you can still have events in those countries. But Pokemon just must take a huge loss on those as well, you know, because no entry fee or anything like that. And, you know, it still costs a lot to put these events on, have a stream for these events, to staff the events. So it's a big L, those ones. And there's normally 3 of them, 2 or 3 throughout a season. I guess the US doesn't have that, so doesn't have that issue, whereas Europe does. Come on, Deoxys. That's kind of true, Callum. Yeah, the brand awareness. And you know, the regions where they hold these special events, they're always like mad packed out, big attendances and stuff like that. On the countdown, 39 to go to 11,000. Wild. Okay. Should we put a poll in the chat? Let's do it. Start a poll. Tomorrow stream. Soul Silver, Hardcore Nuzlocke, or Deoxys Shiny Hunt. Right, there we go. I'm going to start a poll. This will decide what we do tomorrow, chat. Get your votes in now. For either one, what would you prefer to see in tomorrow's stream? I was hoping we'd get the Deoxys today, so we didn't really have to make a decision. But you guys can decide what we will go for tomorrow. Lose the headband stream tomorrow. Okay, we'll do it. Headbandless tomorrow. It keeps slipping at the minute as well. It's like slips further and further back. This is where I rock up to tomorrow's stream with a hat on. We need the squirrel glasses. I will bring them back in tomorrow. Both horizontal streams. I mean, we could do it in a horizontal. We could. Haven't done it. Oh, we can't do both. No, unfortunately. I can't do a playthrough of the game while doing the Deoxys hunt. I can do 2 static hunts, I think, at once, but I couldn't do a playthrough while doing the Deoxys. We just wouldn't get the amount of encounters that I would need to, because there'd be so many times where I'm having to concentrate on the Soul Silver playthrough, because it's quite big. If we lose a Pokemon in that playthrough, considering they take such a long time to acquire, it's kind of like I need to make sure that we're not making any mistakes through that playthrough. Because it's going to feel bad if we lose a shiny Pokemon there. Yeah. I feel like we need to get the shiny Deoxys so we can focus on the Nuzlocke. That's kind of my thought at the moment as well. I say play Soul Silver, the Lugia hunt, then start the dual screen again. That's not a bad idea to do. Yeah. That could be a way we do it. We just got to find a new hunt in Soul Silver so you can do it with Deoxys. That's also true, yeah. Hopefully you'll get the shiny Deoxys today and won't need to stream the shiny hunt tomorrow. That was my hope when I started the stream today, Francesco. It's like, we'll get the Deoxys today in a perfect world. And then we don't even need to make the decision. We just go into the Soul Silver Nuzlocke playthrough, which I'm really looking forward to doing. Stomping on Whitney, then making our way through the rest of the game. Because it's pretty much a bit of a breeze after that. I think Whitney's the one bit where we could get a little bit caught up on, but the female Heracross just makes it so much easier. Finally beat 7-star Pikachu raid with a full squad of healing grass Pokemon with randoms. Nice, very cool, mate. Great to hear. Extremely lucky. Nah, mate. Luck had nothing. All the skill, mate. Jose, did you get Heracross? We got it on Thursday last week, Jose. Yeah. You could do the 8-time incidence of Deoxys and get it done. That might not be a bad idea, Ross. Since you sent me that, I could look at it tonight. We could do that tomorrow. Get the Deoxys done. Might not be a bad way to do it, really. Being serious as well. Whitney's about to get yeeted by the beetle. Oh, I know. It's crazy to think that we've got a shiny Heracross in this playthrough. It makes it so... I'm so pleased we went for it. That was a bit of a long hunt. No, Sergio, I spent a couple of hours this morning because I was kind of initially going to do the Soul Silver Hardcore Nuzlocke. So I sat down this morning and I was like, I'll EV train the Heracross so we don't need to do that on stream. So it saves a bit of time, which I think still it was the better idea to do because it took me like 2 hours to pretty much EV train the Heracross, battling Rattata for the speed and then going and finding Bellsprout and Ekans on Route 32 for the attack EVs. So it's level 19 now. It's fully EV trained. It has Brick Break. It is going to be faster than the Miltank from Whitney. So we don't have to worry about the Stomp. We don't have to worry about the Attract because we're female. And we should 2-hit KO the Miltank with the Beetle with Brick Break. So it's all set up ready to go. We're still in we still need to make our way to Goldenrod though. So yeah, we'll see how it goes tomorrow. Master Ogway, how are you doing, mate? Playing Smash Bros and watching Osirus, what's better? How are you doing, mate? I hope you're well and enjoying the Smash Bros, mate. It's been such a long time since I bust out any Smash Bros. Great to have you here, though, mate, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. I'm hoping we can get this Deoxys before 11,000, but I don't know. It's feeling like it's less. Every reset feels like it's less and less likely. Maybe it's just waiting for the 11,000 reset. Yeah, Sergio, I feel like it's doing it like jumping on and then starting the shiny only Nuzlocke stream and then being like, okay, well, we're gonna have to EV for 2 hours before we actually do anything. Kind of kills I feel like that almost kills the excitement of the playthrough itself. Whereas if we can just boot up and I'm like, okay, I've done all the EV grinding stuff off stream. I actually recorded it because I do plan on making a whole video of that run when I'm done. So I was like, I will record it when I'm doing it. So I have got it, and I thought I better record it in case I do encounter a shiny when I'm EV training, because we ran through about nearly 500 Pokemon in total. 250 Pokemon in total, but there was a chance that something might have been shiny, so I was like, I better record it just in case. Ryan, I will check it out after we finish today. Thank you so much again for sending that stuff through as well, mate. That is super kind of you. Bebum is Chuck Norris. Ivan Drago, Rambo, Goku, Thanos all in one. Rad Dad, thank you for coming by the stream today, mate. It's been awesome catching up with you this morning. I'll hopefully catch you tomorrow when we are live again, mate. And I hope you have a great rest of your day, my friend. And take it easy if you can, mate. So I think it's just keeping in mind when we get into that playthrough, it's just remembering when the rival battles are, because there's a few occasions where the rival battles kind of just sneak up on you out of nowhere, and if you've just come out of other battles, or if you haven't healed up in time, it can be a little bit tricky. It's just a shame that we haven't got the Heracross with Guts, because that would have been such an easy way for us to run through Karen for the last badge. Because I know that a Guts boosted close combat would have knocked out the Kingdra in one hit. And we would have been able to outspeed it as well without the rain up, which would have been such a power play, just to run through that gym so easily. Can't believe it's nearly 4 p.m. Suppose that's what happens when you wake up at 11:30. Mate. Got House of Dragons to watch tonight. If you haven't watched it already, gotta look forward to it. I'm calling it now. 10,999. Aaron, if you are right, mate. If you are right. We got to finish it first, Sergio, but it's going to be good. It's going to be a good adventure, getting all the way up to red. But yeah, I'm kind of like, should we just concentrate, get the Deoxys done now, and then we can just concentrate on that. But I do like the idea of playing up to maybe Lugia and then doing the Deoxys Lugia hunts together. That'd be kind of fun. But also, I will check out what Rosa sent me about the amounts of hunts we can do all at once with the Deoxys, because that might speed things up. Are you planning on doing a mystery video on shiny legendaries? Yes, it is in the works at the moment. There's so much editing to do on it though, so much editing. So script's done, the voiceover is done for the most part. There might be a few bits that might change throughout, but then it's just all the editing to put together and then the thumbnail and stuff like that. So it is in the works, but I'm looking forward to when that one drops. I was saying before, I should have about 4 to drop all around the same time, so there should be a good flow of them once that one's kind of done, which will probably be the first one that I'll drop. Either that or this Raichu one that I'm doing at the moment, the Jumbo Mark. I think that one makes quite a fun little video while the event's running as well. May have to squeeze it in earlier. This is wanting to watch it. Ah, mate, yeah. When you're having like a down day though, that like today, it makes sense just to put it on when you can, mate. Get it watched. Lumpy, headed out. Starship engine firing in Boca Chica, Texas. Mate, you have a great rest of your day, my friend. It's been great seeing you, catching up with you, and please you had a lot of fun over the weekend as well, and hopefully catch you through the week or tomorrow if you're about, mate. But take care of yourself. Franz, I'm at 660 eggs in for shiny Paldean starters. Good luck with the hunt. Hope you get it soon. And I hope you're Masuda hunting it to make it a little bit easier. Nearly on the last 10, friends. Last 10 to 11,000. Can we do it? Come on, Deoxys. Don't be rude. Show up at the last stage. When we get the Deoxys, the only mythicals that I would need to hunt that can be huntable are going to be Manaphy and Jirachi that I haven't done yet. Manaphy and Jirachi. Both I would like to do, but I don't know if we're going to start anytime soon. Right. 10,990 orange. Jirachi would be a fun one. The only thing I'd need to do for the Jirachi really, Sergio, I'd need a US copy of Ruby or Sapphire, and then I would need the Jirachi bonus disc. I think that's the best way to shiny hunt for it, because you can get the bonus disc. Excuse me. You can get the bonus disc, but you can't use it with EU versions of Ruby or Sapphire. You need a US version. So I need to buy a US version to be able to use the bonus disc from Colosseum. So it's like a big outlay to just do that one hunt. I mean, it would be worth it because I think it would be such a cool one. I love Jirachi shiny as well. It's a very, very nice one. But in the resets, there's a method to doing the resets where it's not as long as I think the older, more common method for that was known to do. So that would be a good one. Manaphy would be a decent one to do as well. I guess the Manaphy is just how I go about acquiring the eggs. If I do it like the legit way with buying Ranger games and then getting the eggs after grinding playthroughs, or if I get them a little bit easier than that. If you do a level 3 egg sandwich, does that boost shiny odds at all, or just the amount of eggs found? Just the eggs found. It doesn't boost the you can't boost the shiny odds of an egg, unfortunately, with any sparkling power or egg power. It just boosts the amount of the rate that the eggs are produced, and then it will speed up how quickly the eggs hatch as well. Have you ever reset on a shiny because of muscle memory? Yes, mate. 2 recently. One of them wasn't so much out of memory, but the one that I did recently through memory was Entei in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. That was devastating as well. I was so angry at myself for doing it, and it was just like it just flashed up as the shiny and then gone like that. And then the one before that, I was hunting Raikou as well in Ultra Sun, and I was sick, but I was like, I got out of bed just to do something, and I was like, I'll do some resets on this Raikou hunt that I'm doing, and I ran away from it. I got the shiny and I ran away from it, and I've got the full recording, and it's just tragic listening back to it. There's like, I was in no right mind to be doing any sort of anything that required any brain power. So they were like quite close together. I managed to reclaim both of them. The Raikou took a little bit of getting, but the Entei wasn't too much after it. Manaphy not in PLA. Yeah, it is in PLA. You can't shiny hunt it though, Callum. Unfortunately, in PLA, it's shiny locked. If there was one Pokemon that you could unshiny lock, which would it be? I would say Victini. Ones that are in the games now, I think I would probably say one of the Ruin legendaries, or Koraidon as well. Maybe Chien-Pao or Chi-Yu. I think they would be up there for ones that I would be like, right now, just get rid of the shiny lock. So yeah, what about yourself? Right, friends, I am going to stop winding down the stream because we're going to get to 11,000. I think it's a good place for us to end today. Let's end the poll as well. Well, I'll leave the poll going until we end the stream. That'll decide what we come back with tomorrow. Thank you for all the votes as well on that, as well as all the likes, all the support today, the super chats we had from Sean, memberships as well. We've had from KO Master kicking us off today, as well as new members to the channel, and all the subscribes as well. Thank you so much to everyone for all the support and just for coming by and hanging out and joining us on this quest for the shiny Deoxys. It's looking like, unless we get it in one of these next 2 resets, we're not going to get it today, but it has been an awesome stream, and I really appreciate you all for coming out and hanging out and just being amazing as always. Beefy Heavy, thank you so much, mate, for the 199 super chat as well, my friend. Again, thank you for the support. It means absolutely the world, mate, and it really does help the channel out. And this is going to be our last reset of the day. This will be reset for 11,000. Let's see if we can get it. Who's your favorite Pokemon rep in Smash Bros? I always like Greninja, mate. Always loved Greninja. But my favorite character from the original Smash Bros, always loved playing with Pika, but then never really played with Pika in the later games so much. I always like Pika a lot. It's not shiny. Should we go 2 more just to make the 2? I'm having such a fun, chill stream, mate. Thank you so much for coming by, Sergio. I wish I had time, mate, to go to the extra 111 today. Unfortunately, I don't. Catch you tomorrow, mate. Hope enjoy House of Dragon. You as well, mate. You as well. just for good measure, we go the extra 2. Right, this one will be the last one today. No, the orangey would, like, at this stage, I feel like I just stick with this now because we've come so deep into it, you know. Orangey, yeah, manip. I always like doing orangey manip stuff. No, I don't feel like orangey manip's cheating at all. Not at all. I think it's a skill in itself, you know. I like doing orangey manip hunts for sure, but yeah, I think when you start off on these full odd hunts, I always feel like I want to stick to the way I started the hunt out, you know, even though it would be, you know, I wouldn't say it's easier to RNG manip stuff because it's not always, because it requires a bit of skill in other areas, but it's definitely probably a quicker way overall than doing like 11,000 resets like we have. But that's going to be it for today, friends. 11,002 resets so far. We put in a bit of a shift today with this one, but we'll be back tomorrow. Let's see what the outcome is going to be for the poll. Let's end it. Thank you to everyone that voted. What comes in as the winner? So poll comes in. Deoxys shiny hunt tomorrow. Looks like what we're going to be back with tomorrow. This one. Can we get the Deoxys tomorrow? We should be able to have a bit more time as well. So see if we can get up to 12,000 tomorrow. Get those resets in. Start early. Go hard. Go fast. Get this shiny Deoxys. And we'll leave it there, friends. Okay. Enjoy the rest of your day, whatever you're up to. Have a safe one. Have an enjoyable one. And know that you are very much appreciated for coming by today, for all the support. And I will see you all hopefully tomorrow, if not later in the week. We'll be doing the Deoxys and we'll jump into the shiny Oni Nuzlocke for Soul Silver at some point as well this week. And we might even jump into Scarlet and Violet to do some more shiny hunting for that jumbo marked Alolan Raichu. Have a good one, friends. Take care of yourselves and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.